Yo, what's going on, everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are back with some more Punishing Grey Raven. I hope you guys had a great day today. Where we last left off, we had finally finished chapter 20, and actually started the first of the floating records that I actually decided to do. Again, just to fill in a bit more of the context, because I definitely spoiled myself accidentally because I had just moved on through chapters without thinking about those. Because it's like, I knew that in the order you should have been doing it, but I'll be honest, I just kind of forgot. Then I just went through with it anyway. And it did kind of spoil the person's identity. So I was like, damn, okay, guess I actually should have done it. So that's why it's like, I'm trying to at least do some of them. Because even if I do get spoiled later, let's be honest, I'm already spoiled a good number of stuff. Because I already advanced to like chapters close to 30 by this point. So yeah, we're just gonna continue doing some of the flowing records. Like I said before, chapter 20, I would not say it was the strongest chapter, but I'll be completely honest. Like I said, I had already done my whole rant before, but hopefully you guys can let me know what your thoughts were on chapter 20. Because again, it's like second half, pretty good. First half, I couldn't really tell what development was really for there. And like I said, I'm saving Spiral of Chronos for later. But first I at least want to do a couple of these. Because it's like, I want to finish this one. And I want to at least do this one. It's like, I know this one was also available after it, like after chapter 20, but I don't know if I want to do this or just immediately head to a Chronos. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and continue with the arc beyond, where Hikma is trying to look for the sage who she most likely assumes is Nanami. But I have a question as to, like, how would she have even been able to survive up to this point on her own? Because it didn't look like they had taught her any survival skills or anything remotely close to that, so kind of curious how she would have been able to survive in this kind of world. I mean, sure, maybe she could have just befriended machines and they were the ones who were like aiding her away from the punishing, but it's like, how would she have even been able to detect if they were like friend or foe necessarily, especially without the researchers? So yeah, just gonna see how far I can get with this. Hopefully, I'm at least gonna try to finish this. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to the next floating memory, but we'll see how far we can get. So we're gonna start at this part. The long journey continues as the seasons change. She doesn't know when it started, but the purpose of her wandering has become wandering itself. The wandering is another way to observe and record. The observer should not have possessed any feelings, like the infinite sky and the silent land. The observer observes without getting involved. And yet, what beings live without being affected by the land and the sky? Even when the observer does not interfere, she has long been part of the cogs and gears. Turned and pushed by these gears, she steps into snow-covered Arctic. For one remaining duty, she's recorded countless wandering days and nights. To a fellow machine who's searching for guidance appears before her. Oh, it's this guy! This was the one that Strikehawk had to face a while back. I think that was from like one of the extra chapters. Oh, right, Chariot, that was his name, right. This is the area identified after the comprehensive analysis of all the clues. Detected activity ahead, a Mechanor on the move. The sage was once here. According to the calculation, finding sage is the key to our plan. Sage must know why we are here and what we are here for. A construct? No. Mechanor. Version I've never seen before. You're here to receive the sage's revelation. About the sage. Please provide all the materials you have. No. Information about sage is only available to the Church of Machina members. Since you are also our kin in pursuit of awakening, you can join the Church of Machina. Insufficient materials about the Church of Machina. Those are rejected. A Mechanor that doesn't understand the sage's will? I don't think I have no obligation to give you further information. Ah, shit. I knew I should have dodged it. Just ignored it out of Oh shit. Damn it. Really gotta get used to these monsters' attack patterns. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get given random ass damage. Nope. Damn. Damn. You got eliminated too early. What's supposed to happen yet? She caught up with us. Damn. Shit, I'm getting ass handed. Reevaluating battle power. Unstable. Wait, what? Oh, okay, he's attacking. Shit.
Mission 完了。機体状態異常なし。
Exceptionally powerful unit detected. Victory unattainable. Who are you? A mechanoid who's searching for Sage's trail. You know about Sage. You do not know about the Church of Machina. You want to join us so I can provide you with the necessary details. Not yet. I need more information before I can make a decision. In that case, I can introduce you to someone who can answer your questions. On a sound mechanoid, Hike sits for underneath the scorched earth. Inside an exceptionally large cavern hides a massive starship. Artificial sunlight illuminates the interior of the ship. Chariot bows at the mechanoid at the center of the hall before stepping aside. Ah, shit. It's that chick again from the other timeline. Or the simulated timeline. What was her name again? It wasn't Echo, right? What was it? Nah, whatever. They'll probably say it's similar. Welcome. Female mechanoid at the center smiles, greeting Heikma like a human. My name is Arcana. You may call me Mother. Sure. Mother. So accepting and compliant. It's the sign of a great student, Zero. Oh, Zero, right. So, Mother, what is the Church of Machina? Why are you searching for Sage? Who made this starship? Asking questions already. There's machines of humans are not the only ones suffering from the punishing virus. For some machines, those who have awakened and understand fear and the concept of machines as a species, the punishing virus is a threat to the entire machine race. Not to mention the hostility from mankind out of fear of the virus. I see. So they're not necessarily ascendants, but these are like technically machines who have evolved from just simply following commands and actually have their own thoughts, their own minds, similar to what the project for Nanami and Haikma was initially supposed to be. But I wonder, were they created the same way like they were, but from other people? Or did they have other means, like they were just meant to do certain things and then later on, they just ended up like this? After a prolonged period of fighting and devastation for the virus, the awakened machines had gradually received revelations from Sage. Slowly they gather together, acting in secret on Earth as the Church of Machina. We encountered an opportunity during our search for Sage. She showed me a glimpse, a fragment of the future during so. Sage Machina will return to the Church, guiding us away from this broken Earth to the end of the stars. Sage Machina will obtain the key to the punishing virus and enter the door it opens. The starship you are seeing is the base we built for this very plan. We are currently searching for the design blueprint of Babylonia. Once we obtain it, we will be able to build something similar. Oh, so they're also after information regarding Babylonia. But there hasn't seemed to be any movements regarding them to Babylonia. But then again, I guess they're trying to be very secretive about it because they're not as large of an organization. Not to mention that they would just be ousted as the enemies to humanity, like everything else. How are you going to obtain information on Babylonia? We will seize it, of course. And the resources required to construct it, are you going to seize them as well? Don't worry, we have more than enough time. And our technology for surveying, mining, building, and recycling is far more advanced and accurate. So what do you say? Would you like to join the Church of Machina? Yeah, because I guess the difference here is like, the thing that's really stopping Babylonia from actually getting rid of the punishing virus is the objectives of like individual groups, all in all, right? Because if that wasn't the case, we would have gone through things so much easier. To get the Omega weapons, to create the new frames, the Phantom Traces and all that. We probably would have had those even long before, like at the beginning of the game. Nope, because everyone's just trying to look out for themselves. It's ended up like that. That's why it took so many sacrifices just to get to this point. I require time to run a simulation. Whereas, and that's probably the point, right? Because the Church of Machina is like, they have that strong belief because of Nanami. Because they've actually met her, and it's not just word to ear. And also because it's not that many people getting involved, there's less reason for there to even be opposition. Considering even if their personalities are like completely different from one another, you wouldn't see them normally work together. Just the fact that Nanami's involved, it would make sense how they're able to work together so easily. We're in a well-lit corridor. I contemplate what Mother said. These awakened machines have more or less been enlightened by Sage. That's how she was first guided by Nanami, she's now guiding other mechanoids. Afterward, the awakened machines received a message from an unknown entity. They proceeded to build this massive starship. They must be very certain that the message they heard is true. I mean, I guess Nanami could have delivered it there, because in the end, Nanami does believe that humans and machines need to work together. And I guess it is probably better for the church to level itself on the same playing field as Babylonia first, because, like they said, if they just go in as they are right now, they would probably just be viewed as a threat. Or if anything, people like Curran or Norman Mining Corps would have tried to take advantage of the whole situation and just say they'll use it for analysis when trying to go for the next step of evolution. Why was that? Was it because of what the message said? Or the identity of the entity who sent it? One thing Heikman is sure. Sage Machina will return to the church, guiding us away from this broken earth to the end of the stars. To the end of the stars. How about Nanami calls you Heikma from now on? Because Nanami wants to make lots and lots of friends. Is that really what Nanami wants? To set out on a lonely journey with the awakened machines? Suddenly she closes her eyes. I can brush past Nanami several times on her journey. She could never bring herself to greet Nanami when she found Nanami smiling, surrounded by friends. Oh, she was there. Damn, I didn't know she was actually there every time Nanami had done something. But then again, I guess she is kind of a... Nanami's always just only wandering around on her own and just trying to do what she can to change those predetermined futures on her own. And again, Heikma's not supposed to be evolved until like more and more later in the future where Nanami doesn't think she can actually help any more than she already has. You're the best. Don't forget about Nanami. Nanami won't forget any one of you. Sure as Vicky lived with her friends, the forgotten shadow in the corner could only watch. I'll see you next time. I didn't even know she was there for that moment. That was enough. Her job was to observe. Even with the data anomaly in her mind, hoping that Nanami would remain happy was all she could ask. But what about now? What will happen if the Church of Machina finds her? If they cannot, what will become of the awakened machines? Right, because I guess that's the point, right? It's like, have they actually understood what Nanami's trying to do? Because, sure, they've been saved by her, of course. That's not something to take away from that. But at the same time, it's like, did they get the right message into, like, why she was saving them, I guess is the real question. Because again, at least they're not showing any direct hostility towards humans. But that doesn't mean that it can't change at any moment yet. We don't know how the balance structure is yet. Quite the quandary, huh? Ah, come on. It's time you give us an answer.
No, there's still much I don't understand. What exactly is the Church of Machina?
Mother has answered you already.
She told me how it was formed, but she never explained why it is a church.
Fool. Faith begets strength. We formed the church because we wanted to gather the power of faith, obviously.
Machines don't need faith.
What? You're such a basic mechanoid that you don't even comprehend faith?
Please provide more information.
Aren't there already more than enough examples of religious sacrifice and miracles in history?
But those belong to humans.
We have long surpassed humanity. We can recreate what they achieved. Like Mechanoid before doesn't understand how humankind defined faith. It's obsessed with the special phenomenon caused by it. Kind of seems similar to like what happened with Gabriel, right? Created from an assembly of calculations and algorithms, are machines doomed by these rudimentary data? You continue to question our faith in Sage Machina.
Stop, Chariot. You will not perform such barbaric acts on our future family.
She's not joined.
Is that so? Why are you hesitating? Is it really Sage's choice to abandon Earth and everything she loves here to travel to the end of the stars? I don't know. But we can't ask her on the day we find her.
Yeah, because see, that's the thing. It's like, she never said that it's immediately going to be that. They're just at least trying to they're trying to just set the stage for what could potentially happen. Because again, it's like, Nanami hasn't given them any orders. She hasn't told them specifically what to do yet. All she's done is at least give them a helping hand.
If she doesn't agree to this, will you let her go? If that is the ending she chooses, why will her disciples defy her? This is why the Mechanoids formed a church. We're doing all of this for the day Sage returns voluntarily. Even when some children are impatient, we're sure we can't make her stay if she doesn't want to, given what Sage is capable of. So, can you decide now?
I mean, it's true, because considering Nanami's always alone, they could have had opportunities to just drag her back to the church or just make her do whatever they expect of her. But no, it's like they truly believe that her actions will lead back to them eventually. Because in the end, she's still doing what they believed in, helping other machines who could have been misused or manipulated because of the punishing virus. Even if Hackman rejected Mother's invitation, she would only continue her wandering journey. As an observer, she must continue observing the peculiar group. More importantly, Mother's agreed not to harm Nanami. Because of these two duties she has yet to forget, I know it's her arcana.
Is that a yes? I'm pleased to see that. Let's go. Allow me to give you a tour of our starship and introduce our members to you. Mother. Yes? Your halo is crooked.
Scarlet threat. With a sharp and heavy thud, the thick door to the hall opens, letting a hint of light inside the dark chamber. Hurried footsteps follow. As metal clashes with the stone floor, everything returns to silence.
Wiped out.
I heard that we couldn't even fish out the remains of the team of gear. Not even the corruptor could escape from that flood of the punishing virus. saying Nixa Hikma is a beast mechanoid with the head of a hound and a humanoid body. Joined the Church of Machina not too long ago. Despite being a new member, Spooner seems to prefer hanging with Hikma, the lone wolf. According to him, you're not as mad as the rest of them. Had my share of madmen. Ah. Oh, this is Spooner! I see. Cool. Right, because I think they talked about fangs before. I see. Cool. He bends down, reaching out and touching a crimson crystal shooting up from underground. It looks like a plant. How's Lover doing, Spooner? How would I know? Madame Arcana is fixing her right now. Lover? I've heard that name before. When was this referenced? I don't remember if it was in that same argument after Cherry was taken out, or if this was something talked about like in one of the futures regarding the Cherry. Didn't you check up on her before you left? I guess the infection wasn't as serious. Madame Arcana hooked up her memory shell with a music player. Can't imagine how funny it was with Zero screaming inside a CD player. I saved that video inside the central memory bank. I hope she can reconsider the next time she's gonna spill out nonsense. I don't think that'll threaten her. Data analysis of this area is complete. The composition is still unknown, but it contains a high concentration of the punishing virus. This level of concentration is going to instantly devour anyone trapped inside. No screw spared. It's not difficult to imagine how hard Zero's gear got hit. Confront slightly. Your system is retrieving the wireless signals that were sent and received nearby. What this flood can do to humans and constructs is catastrophic. We should also stay away from it. Hikma watches the scarlet stream flowing past the plateau they're standing on. Red Tide. Huh? A fitting name. Humans have named it Red Tide. Objective updated. We're to investigate the red tide appearing around the Church of Machina, recording and analyzing its data, and determining its cause and threat level. You take west, I'll take east. Let's get going. Alright, be careful. I see. So this was probably around the time when, at the Fifth Ascension. The red tide is spreading faster than expected. Judging from the punishing virus concentration, it's more dangerous than a corrupted. I need more information. Or is this maybe when the twins had set out? Oh, come on. Oh shit.
適応回路動作正常シンクロ率上昇高出力作戦回路アクティベート適応回路動作正常
Gotcha.
シンクロ率上昇攻撃ロックオン解析破壊
Nice.
Speculation 1. The header creatures is a red type byproduct.
No, yeah, this is probably that first mission where we got involved with the red tide. I see. So before that whole shit with, Julia Park happened.
適応回路動作性高出力作戦回路アクティベート
Come on.
シンクロ率上昇ロックオン
This?
解析破壊
Hey, let's go.
Speculation 2. A header creature exhibits characteristics similar to life on Earth and can keep reproducing and growing. The so-called evolve.
回路動作正常
Speculation number 3. 70% of the land in the area is covered by the red tide. The estimated survival rate for life in machines is extremely low.
Lock on 適用解除同高出力作戦解除アクティベートシンクロ率上昇攻撃ロックオン解析破壊ミッション完了機体状態異常なし
After saving the data collected, Hakuma's mission is over for now. Arriving where they planned, Hakuma calculates the time it will take for Spooner to get there. She accidentally came into contact with a small amount of red tide. Luckily, there's no noticeable sign of infection yet. Quiet voice interrupts her test. Opens her eyes and notices a mist brewing upon the red tide beneath her. From which a small figure appears. Nanami. Nanami's here. Hakuma, Nanami painted a lot of pictures. Come here and I'll show them to you. Oh, it's the red tide again. Pretending to be Nanami. Why? Is Nanami inside the red tide? Mentioned that the Nanami before was still crippled for original frame. When Chuck was playing in the red tide as if playing in a swimming pool. But I remember Nanami doing the same with her frame with submerged in maintenance fluid for inspection. Who is that? Can she be Nanami? What should Hakuma do? Do you want to know what I've seen, Hakuma? You remember me? Of course I do. Hakuma's Nanami's first friend. And Nanami's Hakuma's first. He's been seeing so many interesting things in her journey. I want to tell you all about it. Girl reaches out to her Hakuma as if asking for a hug. A faint alarm goes off, but there seems to be some problem with Hakuma's audio module. She cannot say for sure. There was a time when Hakuma did not have a body when she wanted to respond to Nanami's extended arms. Now... Hakuma jolted awake. What the hell were you doing? I realized that she's a step from entering the red tide, arms extended. She got her way as up against the earth by her feet before dispersing like blood as if feeling disgruntled. There's nothing above the red tide. Everything I saw appeared to be an error on her visual module. There may be a bug in my programs. I require immediate inspection. It's wild. Is this red tide have some strange power that even you were distracted during a mission? Perhaps you're right. What happened? I just realized something suddenly. Despite having performed her duty as an observer perfectly, something's gone wrong with Hakuma.
She can no longer observe, record, and analyze as she did to calculate Nanami's behaviors and motivations. Hackman knows where Nanami is, and what she's doing. The reasons Nanami does them are incomprehensible. The sky is no longer blue, and the flowers no longer bloom. The land's overwhelmed with the scent of death and blood. Would the girl still be happy? Would she be sad, or maybe angry? Has something gone wrong with Haikma's programs? Or her program is insufficient to support her duty? Haikma wants... For the first time in her life, since she was activated, Haikma wants to do something. She wants to know why she feels she's off course. She wants to know where this strange sensation comes from. She wants to know what went wrong. Discovering, investigating, analyzing, and solving problems. That's how Haikma keeps her programs running. Is this the effect of the red tide? For the first time, Haikma cannot decipher where the problem comes from.
Bring the data back and ask Arcana to analyze it. The red tide is not as simple as we thought.
Give me a sec, I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. How much do I even have? Oh, okay, I'm not that far from finishing this chapter. Then maybe I can start the next one. Boy, it's one of these screens again. It always takes a while for this to load to the next thing. I don't know if they tried to do it for the like illusion of the passage of time from when Haikma's like turned off and when she wakes up again, or what. Because otherwise it's like, if it's supposed to be controllable, why does it keep doing it like this? Because I mean, if it is to create the sense of time, I'm fine with it. But if it's not, then it's like, what the fuck is it doing? Arcana sits at the highest seat in the Church of Machina, her body illuminated by lights reflecting from the glass which grants her a sense of aloofness. Most of the key members of the Church of Machina are gathered here. After receiving data on the red tide from Haikma and Spooner, the simmering uneasiness on the Church of Machina's tail grows increasingly pressing. The brief silent Trailblazer speaks. We should act now. Are we supposed to wait until this red ocean sweeps us away and humans attack us? Damn! Trailblazer looking cool. It's like a Megazord or something. Or maybe even a Gundam. Speaker Trailblazer, codenamed Chariot, success. Oh! So this is who filled Chariot's. Because I was wondering, right? It's like, if Chariot's supposed to be one of the main members, what did they ever do with that? Is it just that they have one less head member? Or top member? Or... Okay, so they do actually replace them. I totally understand your drive to act as the new Chariot Blaze. Slouching male McNo on the other side of the hall sits straight and speaks, going from acting uninterested to enthusiastic in an instant. Speaker Xavier, codename Magician, in charge of Project Arc with Emperor. responsible for maintenance and technology development for the Church of Machina. Just take a look at Blaze, everyone. With masculine sensual curves, he can move at lightning speed and packs a mighty punch that can tear apart chaos itself. I personally polished every part I replaced for him. And this weapon too. Blaze showed him my newest work. Blaze that cut like solidified flame and shine like a star. Trailblazer holds up the weapon as Xavier speaks, supporting his passionate explanation.
Knock knock. Sorry I'm late. Is Xavier hawking his little toys again?
Zero's voice comes out of a Golden Age music player on the floor that shapes like a gramophone. Speaker Spooner, codenamed Death, responsible for construction of the Church of Machina and occasional scouting missions. Damn, he's got that tough of a codename.
Sage won't suddenly appear if we keep waiting and do nothing. How about letting us prepare a grand welcoming ceremony? Didn't the previous Chariot get the thing? As long as we make good use of what we have here, we simply take over the space garden and gift it to Sage. I figured it all out. I shall emerge from the sea of romantic rose petals, meeting Sage with my true love.
Speaker Zero, codenamed Lover. Oh, okay, no, right, that was her codename. My bad. The only key member who was awakened by Sage Machina's mural originally before pursuing the Church of Machina to become a member. Really? She's the only one who was awakened by it. Interesting. Responsible for running simulations regarding Sage Machina. Wait, what? She could do that too? Well, then again, I guess she was kind of in charge of guarding that other place where they were running the assault simulations in that other timeline. So I guess I could envision her doing that.
Everyone's been working hard. Thank you for all your contributions.
Speaker Arcana, leader of the Church of Machina.
Chariot's sacrifices shall not be forgotten. Xavier has also given much for Project Ark. The data Heikman Spooner brought us tells us one fact. The situation on Earth is getting dire. Wander aimlessly and the resources for the Church of Machina will grow more scarce until we are exposed to the humans. Only Sage Machina can point us the correct way.
I see. Right, because we're starting to see now that it's like there were a lot of threats to even the places we live now. At first we thought it was only machines, but now that's not the case anymore. It's actually starting to alter the planet biologically. Like what it did to the land, what it did to the water, later with the plants with Cradle. So I understand why. Because again, it's like because those places are going to get infected, and because we don't really have that many Omega weapons to absorb all of it from the Earth, it's just going to like make people run out of space until at some point they're going to cross paths with each other, whether coincidentally or purposefully.
But Zero was right about one thing. This is our opportunity to welcome Sage. This evolution of the punishing virus is drastically changing Babylonia. This is the weakest they have ever been. And this is our best chance to claim their data and resources. Humanity will end eventually. As the future masters of this planet reawaken machines can't allow the resources humans plan to consume to go to waste. And if we act now, Sage will appear on that distant star.
Kena closes her eyes gently as if she's seen this played out in another dimension. Some murmur sounded prophetic.
Really? Xavier, that frigate.
Scoop turns the focus away from Trailblazer. Xavier once again stumps out his chair, looks up. It was fixed a long time ago.
And you could explain it to the group.
Emperor should have been the one doing this. He's the best at ordering people around. We have at our disposal a frigate from the Eden 1 test vessel. Antique, yeah, but I've turned it around. I can't say it's better than what Babylonia is using, but it's competent in a fight. I've installed the latest
Xavier.
Yeah. Since the frigate belongs to the same series of ships from Babylonia, its identification code will get approved there. We can stay concealed for a while, as long as we get past manual recognition. It might be an old frigate, its firepower not suitable for an epic battle. But then, it isn't really our weapon, is it? Take me! Me! How can I not be there if Sage is going to appear? I am the only one who can take on this mission. We just have to shoot them down before those humans can do anything to us. Xavier shrugs, indicating that Trailblazer is right. What? You're punishing me because that damn red water out there. Trailblazer is equipped with the optical camouflage shield. As long as the frigate can get within range of Babylonia, we can send him in to infiltrate their complex. Babylonia must have a firewall, right? Obviously, I'm prepared for that as well. You don't have to believe in fairies, but you have to believe in Xavier. I've made a simulation program to trick the Babylonia firewall. That gestalt of theirs doesn't last very long, but infiltrating Babylonia takes but a single precise strike. This is delicate work. Right, and it would work on Gestalt now, because again, it's like, even though we have Gestalt in Babylonia, such the world government, such parliament, it's not fully operational. It's still missing a lot of its functions, which in turn could mean it can't process like intruders or stuff like that as quickly, just like the same incident that happened with Huaju. So I can see why it would be their best opportunity to do so. Just moves the mouse twist slightly. Trailblazer here doesn't seem to like someone who does delicate work. Haikma. Not expecting to be named, Haikma's been silent this whole time, still responds immediately. Here. What do you think? With Trailblazer's central curves, lightning speed, and mighty punch, my analysis suggests that he's indeed the Church's most powerful member. I agree that this is the most reasonable arrangement, given the fact that... Why did you ask her? Ask me! Oh, my bad. Wrong person. I want to go. Stomp me in the toolbox and bring me along. I want to see Sage. His voice somehow abruptly cut off before she could finish. The gramophone finally goes quiet. I think the solution calculated by my processor is the best move the Church Machina can take. Is that so? Then Hermit will be in charge of the infiltration. Like the others, Haikma has a codename for herself. This, however, is the first time she's mother calling her Hermit. A symbol of wisdom and solitude, she pursues the truth in the dark. Hermit will certainly complete this mission exceptionally. Haikma. Understood, mother. I have no objections. She stands up, fully bathing herself in the light. His arms gently as if trying to hug all her children in Church of Machina. Children. I heard it. Moon is crying. Star is singing. And the sun is hurrying toward us. World will soon fall asleep, but before that let us bring the lost fool home from her journey. The frigate successfully crossed the stratosphere. We reached the required height, beginning stealth approach toward Babylonia. Pointing sides of the frigate, Haikma sees the lone glistening star that shares a night sky with Earth. Babylonia, the target of the Church of Machina. It's your dear Xavier speaking. How are the optical camouflage and radiation damper I added to the old girl holding up? They're holding up well. Depletion during liftoff is less than 5%. Loki has not been affected. Wonderful! How's Blaze doing? Haikma turns toward Trailblazer, who's standing at the front of the frigate, staring at Babylonia with his arms crossed, looking at opportunity. Don't worry about me. This chariot. I shall use this body to forge the path to our future. For my kin. Certainly. I trust you. After all, you're my second best work. My best work, of course, will always be my next one. Right, don't forget. If you see a trinket with a model number BPMAX965, be sure to nab me some. It might be old, but it's the real deal. I hope we'll find worthy opponents in Babylonia. Only then will it be worthy of a frontal assault. Well, this is it.
comms will go out once you enter stealth mode. Not a scratch, alright? You break my heart otherwise.
Heiko, are you afraid? I was not sure why you would ask something like that. So recall speaking to this Mechanoid before.
Self-test complete. I haven't discovered any emotions similar to fear.
The success rate of this operation is 89.7%. Survival rate is less than 50%. I might not fear death, but you're different, aren't you? I become stronger to seek the awakening, which is why I desperately want to find Sage. If I don't survive, I'm simply not strong enough. To the rest of us, Sage is our only truth. But you're not like me. I can see the confusion and hesitation on your face whenever we mention Sage.
Are you questioning my loyalty?
It's understandable that you would question her. Despite agreeing with the accuracy of the Church of Machina's prediction of the future, Agma suddenly started to feel unsure about the future depicted. The machines, this uncertainty is a precursor to betrayal. Chariot only forges paths for his kin. He will never question them. I don't know if you have some kind of history with Sage, or if you have doubts about her. But I believe that your doubts will vanish the moment you see her with your own eyes. Cassie saw underwater, Charlie's words create ripples in Agma's heart. Agma can no longer predict Nanami's actions like she once did. Now Nanami's a stranger instead of someone familiar. Her actions, plans, and reasons. Oh right, because now they're being changed because of the simulations of the gestalt. Agma will save all her questions and uncertainty for the moment they meet again. Sometimes, fear doesn't stem from loss, but regrets. That's something I heard from Xavier.
He said it 2,184 hours, 46 minutes, and 25 seconds ago. After his proposal to install 12 combined heat cannons to the halo of his back was rejected.
Sure, it would have increased Master Arcana's battle power significantly, but I'm sure that she had her ineffable reasons. After all, she's the leader of the church, second only to Sage.
You're right.
Also, those who survived a war were those who feared. You can take my fear as well, Chariot. There's no use for it.
Thank you.
As the frigate sails on, they soon enter the proximity of Babylonia where they can begin their infiltration. Let's proceed as planned. I'll keep you guarded, but the moment you consider the infiltration has failed, I'll uncloak the frigate and launch an attack on Babylonia. Bernard's closing her eyes, rerouting even the computing power for a visual module to hack the Babylonian network. Wait, at what point in time did this even happen? Because I'm trying to figure that out now, because it seems to be at least for the Red Tide, but it couldn't have been when the lunar base was attacked. There doesn't seem to be any mention of it. I wouldn't imagine it's also after either, because it's still before Owen's thing.
Connection declined. Terminating transmission. The defense is solid. If we try to infiltrate them only with our logic programs, it'll take more than 153,249 hours, even if we use the computing power of every Church of Machina member.
Making the stall Babylonia's military system is basically impossible, unless it's done by a similarly powerful super AI. It's the door that cannot be unlocked without a key. It's a ship for Babylonia. This frigate naturally comes with a corresponding program key.
Transmitting identification code.
As advanced as their program may be, machine logic is ultimately this simple. Even as their enemy, Heikma will be accepted as long as she fits the requirement. On the contrary, those with good intentions can still be rejected mercilessly.
Whether I am alive, is something perhaps only she can answer.
The one who's given her everything is the one she calls Nanami. She's not sure what to do once she finds her. Maybe she just wants to play the game of questions with Nanami once again like they once did, asking and answering each of her until the end of time. For now, she must complete her mission for the Church of Machina, to protect her kin and to reunite with Nanami one day. Even if it means she has to hurt the humans she once had to protect. Because consciousness slowly becomes digital data entering his soul.
Beginning infiltration. Mission objective: locate the key data of Babylonia's design and search for a future for machines. A graphical virtual space constructed by Gestalt with its computing power is the internal structure of Babylonia. There were no materials about Babylonia's internal structure and AI management database. But why do I see this? No, it's not time to think about it. Directory deciphered. Check the core materials located. 14,950 fake nodes eliminated. Rerouting plan failed. Too much interference. Seems to have to form a direct connection to the area.
適応回路動作正常高出力作戦回路アクティベート想定外の事故発生再解析ロックオン解析破壊
That bridge is the only connection key. I have to go through there. The firewall is keeping out all external programs. It's impossible to establish connection in regular ways. Disguise program generated. Program body packing complete. Data Fairy invasion started.
Oh, it's another stealth mission. Alright. Oh shit. Almost get spotted for a second. Ah crap. Almost alerted them for a second. There we go. Oh shit. Damn, almost fucked that up. Oh, still gotta keep going. Shit. Okay, there wasn't anything else. Thought there was gonna be. That was good news for me.
Arrived at the designated location. As expected, my invasion has been discovered. This is the last battle.
Synchro率上昇攻撃高出力作戦回路アクティベートシンクロ率上昇ロックオンミッション完了不対状態異常なし
Hegma stands silently inside the turbulent data center. Even if it's only one of Gestalt's many data hubs, it's still far more complicated than every book and file Hegma's ever read combined. If possible, she's more than happy to stay here forever, going through all the recorded data. She has a more important mission right now, so she immediately begins her search. Watching them as the data streams, Hegma's once again in awe of how powerful the super AI Gestalt is. Even Gestalt was created by humans, who the Church of Machina regards as worthless.
Are we really the more advanced beings?
Machines with nearly immaculate rationality, undying bodies, far more computing power than humans. But if that's the case, why are they searching for awakening? What do machines need to awaken as? Hegma knows that awakened machines no longer need to fear the punishing virus. She thinks there's more to awakening than that. After countless data, nothing is able to answer Hegma. Perhaps it's impossible for humans to contemplate a thinking machine.
Search complete. Target file here.
Data folder blinking blue is extracted. The folders to Starship design the treasure Magna is hoping to find. The folder suddenly disappears the moment Heikma reaches out to retrieve it. The virtual world around crumbles into nothingness afterward, leaving Heikma alone in the dark. Heikma realizes she's exposed right away and she moves to the fighting stance. Even though she knows there's no way she can defeat the super AI Gestalt in the digital world. Gestalt's attack has not arrived. All she can hear is the surrounding white noise throbbing. Hello, MPA-01. Or, I believe it is Heikma now, correct? Correct. And what should I call you? Following a tactical circuit, Heikma looks around as she speaks, stalling for time, hoping to find a way out of here. Or at least a way to send the files back, even if it means to structure Heikma's mind. Names are meaningless to me. Humans call me Gestalt, but you can give me a nickname if you want, as the one called Nanami did. Heikma stares in the void in disbelief. But the person she's been searching for just came out of nowhere like this. You know Nanami. Where is she right now? Unusual emotional fluctuations detected. Your program is fairly unstable. A far cry from your original design. Only then does Heikma realize that the super AI does not just Nanami, but also Heikma's virtual identification code. All information on her origin should have already been destroyed. So there's one possibility. Are you my original designer? A reasonable guess, but no. You were still designed by humans, but I was the one who led the machine consciousness experiment. Machine consciousness. So Nanami was indeed your test subject. What is your goal? Small correction. Nanami was not our only test subject. You, Heikma, were the other subject to prove the existence of machine consciousness. Heikma's world was for a brief while for Gestalt's few words. I was a test subject too? Back in the Golden Age, humans believed that the biggest threat was the machines and their growing intelligence. They worried that machines would surpass humanity one day and started a war that humans could not win. Therefore, they required an example of how a machine would think, how it would react to other machines, and how it would react to humans once they achieved self-awareness. The projection of Nanami appears before Heikma. First time she sees what Nanami looks like now. Despite the changes, Heikma still recognizes the girl from before. Nanami. Nanami is what the experiment wanted to achieve. A machine's love is freed from the shackles of programming. Kindness and affection from humans have paved the path to the future for machines. Large spread of data and profiles appear before Heikma, including information about the female researcher who gave Heikma her body. Although the experiment was cut short due to the punishing virus, Nanami still managed to trigger the machine's awakening. Now that she knows what her duty is, I believe more mechanoids will soon be awakened. What about the humans? What will happen to them? No matter how many simulations I have done, humanity's extinction in the future cannot be prevented. Humankind as a species is evidently flawed. As a mechanoid, Heikma knows that simulating futures from someone like Gestalt are hardly wrong. But the one called Nanami is still unwilling to give up her search for an impossible future. Without surprise, Heikma soon reaches out toward Nanami's projection with a smile she isn't aware of. It's a Nanami smile like the countless times she wanted in the past. It does sound like the foolhardy option Nanami would choose. Then, what would you choose, MPA-01 Heikma? This is the last step of the experiment. What would I choose? Heikma's never thought about that. So she's never considered herself a factor in determining humanity's future. Machine's love is freed by the shackles of programming. Kindness and affection from humans have paved a path to the future for machines. Nanami's already begun the adventure to the future she wants. What would someone who has been searching for Nanami do then? If the punishing virus never showed up, what would the future of machines and humans have been? And how do those who cannot see the future light the path ahead? The suffering machine who only imitates cannot feel. Experience humanity in its entirety, and then make your own choice. You've been observing from the side. What will you choose? Sage Machina isn't the only one who can choose. The choices you make can also change things. Will you change them? Who gives machines meaning after humans are gone? Humans are machines, their fruition begins with nothing. Machines have been following in humanity's footsteps. or if it's Project Arc or other decisions.
I don't understand. The choices humans make shape their experiences. Their past experiences are what make them unique. Machines be affected by different experiences.
There's another question proposed by Aikma, but old data stored on her memory drive from a long time ago. Somehow they're resurfacing at the front of her mind right now.
Let me think. How should I explain it to you?
This is how parents sound when their infant child is still learning to speak. Gently and lovingly, they introduce their child to the world. The child will reach out from the stirring cradle, trying to grab the crib mobile above. Toys dance in the air like butterflies as if trying to break free, flying to somewhere higher and further away.
For example, when you see butterflies, the first thing that comes to your mind wouldn't be just their classification. You'd recognize them as living things, lives. They're beautiful. You and your fellow machines, much like the millions of their lives, or of other lives on this planet, are also extraordinary and beautiful. I can summarize how humans define beauty. I cannot identify what beauty is. One day, you'll be able to do it. I am special, and I'm also ordinary. Machines and humans are both alive. They are both beautiful in their own way. Humans love us, and machines have learned to love humans, and each other.
The gray girl appears in Haiku's memories time and time again. Haiku knows not if the girl is the answer. She never wanted to see Nanami as much as she does now, showing everything she's understood. The urge has transcended her logic, calculation, and data analysis. Perhaps it should be called a soul. The folder emerges in the void once more. We can touch her if she reaches out.
Your choice will determine the future. No. The future is determined by everyone's choice. So,
Haiku reaches out and makes a choice of her own. Toward the light. For the researchers hard at work, the Science Council's second department laboratory appears emptier than usual, which makes the two female figures inside all the more out of place. So the older woman nods and smiles, placing her hand on the desk, and the Queen of the Night, projected above, slowly dissipates.
is that what you want?
Oh, so this is when this happened. Before Nami set on her journey. By phrasing it as a question, Ishmael sounds less like asking and more like stating a known fact.
Yeah, that is the promise Nanami made. A promise. Alright, I'll fulfill the promise you made to her. Then I'll entrust command it to you.
Nanami stops smiling. She places her hands before her chest, having made up her mind.
Nanami has something very important to do.
Trailblazer still stands at the front line of her gate, expression hidden as he stares at Babylonia. He seems to be an arm's length away. It's been 300 seconds since Haikuma invaded Babylonia. It's at the side where Haikuma is safely placed. Her consciousness is still deeply engaged in the infiltration. According to the battle protocols of Project Arc, Haikuma's infiltration is considered a failure. Setting course for Babylonia complete. If I don't return in 1800 seconds, the Frigate will crash into Babylonia. Our operation might have failed. At least we can strike a heavy blow at the humans. Buying the church enough time to launch another wave of attack. That Trailblazer ignites his thrusters, his blinding flame separating him from the frigate's artificial gravity. As the hover and his laser blade generators start to glow brightly. Entering the next phase of Project Arc. This is Chariot, Trailblazer, launching an assault on Babylonia. This moment, alarm the frigate starts blaring. This shows an object flying toward the ship at incredible speed. So, the Babylonians have discovered us. Beginning intercept. The frigate fires its anti-ballistic missiles, but the ancient defense system struggles to hit the glowing object, flying at the speed of a shooting star and accelerating still. It's gonna hit us. There's no dodging it. Shooting star pierces the outer layer of the frigate, crashing directly on the deck. Traveler hits the uninvited guest and finds the mech that rivals him in size, on top of which sits a young girl. There's no information on a construct like you in the database of Babylonia. You're no construct. You're a machine like us. The girl before him doesn't attack. Jumps down on her mech, gaze lighting a Hikma in the distance.
Hikma. The Church of Machina is still lost on the wrong path. Just like what I saw in the future. If we don't change the future, machines and humans will remain enemies. They'll never end up as friends.
The girl looks unbelievably desolate. It's unfathomable to Trailblazer. Friends? With humans? If you're one of us, then you know that humans have never treated us as equals. Machines are only their tools, a means to an end. The punishing virus cost our kin their lives and themselves. What did the humans do? And we're responsible for all these disasters. They slaughter us like monsters. The girl doesn't refute him, so she nods solemnly.
You're right. And this will lead to a full-scale war between machines and humans in the future. If our hands are too busy holding weapons, then they won't be able to shake each other's hands. But right now in the present, we still have a choice to choose a different future.
Obviously, the Church of Machina is working to change the future. We're destined to fight. Machines simply have to eliminate humankind now. We can then take our kin away from Earth without humanity's threat. Joey extends the full arsenal in his body. He is in its entirety a mechanized organism designed only for killing. My human creator made me to kill other humans. My purpose was this simple and pure. See, even humans couldn't be friends with each other. What you're hoping for is a mere fantasy.
Just like how we're awakening, humans are also trying to change themselves, tending to and befriending each other. I think the future this power can create is beyond Gessalt's calculation.
Is this the ending you've calculated then?
Not really. It's Nanami's belief.
Belief? Nice word. I'll remember it. Nanami. That's your name, isn't it? If you and I believe in a different future, we should perform an experiment to test which hypothesis has the strength to forge a path onward. Trailblazer stops talking, rerouting all his computing power to his technical circuit. But how frail the girl looks, her mech less armed, Trailblazer somehow knows that you cannot underestimate her. I will do my best to defeat you.
And Nanami will do her best to stop you.
Their light weaving together, just as the two giant machines ignite at the same time. I see, so this is the other factor that leads to the war between machines and humans. So that's where she's at. I'm interested to see how this fight's gonna go. Ooh! Oh shit. Is this like a different skin for the Starfare? Would be cool. Oh, he countered? Nope. Gotcha. Oh, it is! It is another coding for it. That's actually so cool. Ooh! Just do a gallon? That's actually cool. Oh, it doesn't impact wave. This is actually a pretty cool fight. Oh boy, it has 100 health too. Yeah, this is good. Asher. I see. So that's why I have to be aware of that thing. There we go. Ooh, I was so close to getting hit by that. Ooh, that's a pretty decent thing. Oh, I stopped it. Cool. Oh. There we
最
go.
強の切り札だよ
Yo, let's go. Oh shit. No! Had to do another gallon.
何気に切れない方法はないよ
Ah, damn. I need to get the timing better than that.
火力をない
Just quickly. Oh. Ah, damn. I tried to use my... trying to use my ult. It's invincibility.
加速してそう
There we go. Oh, shit.
これが七海の最強の切り札だよ
Oh shit. Oh, we're going to the next phase? Oh my. Oh no, he's transforming. Oh shit. What is that? Is that like a punishing laser? That is actually pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie.
左側の方向が
Oh shit.
どこかな
Oh, it's like a time cycle. God. Ah, shit.
火力をはい加速してそう
Nope, use this.
実際
There we go. Come on.
これが七海の最強
I
の
can
切
do
り
this.
札だよ
I'm gonna get this first try. Oh, I probably should have done the missiles instead. Ah, shit.
七海に切れ
Still
ない
got a good amount of health. Ooh! Gotcha. Nope. I saw that shit. No!
左側の方向が薄すぎたかな
Nope.
七海に切れない方向
There we go.
実際
Yes! Nope. Ooh, countered. And again. I'm on a roll. Come on. Nope.
これが七海の最強の切り札だよ
Yes. Oh no, we're back again. There we go. Oop. Gotcha. Nope. Oh no. Nope. Nope. Hurry. Yes. Alright, so another move. And countered. And another counter. Ooh. That was nasty. Come on. Probably not gonna happen still. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Nope. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I know what you're trying to do. Fire another laser. Yo, that fight was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a way better version of what I had to deal with in Trails of Cold Steel. In regards to like the mech fights. Chavez never thought he could be subdued. His frame and his armament should be superior to his opponent statistically. The attacks that hit the first time have been dodged and proposed it, but Nanami had unexpected unbelievable angles subsequently. There are no tactical circuits that can provide solutions like that. How? If he cannot defeat Nanami now, Project Arc is doomed to fail. The hope his kin is placed upon him will be all for naught. For the first time, Trailblazer disables his tactical circuit, relying solely on himself. In a grounded missile attack from Nanami's mech, Trailblazer charges in recklessly, finally getting close to him. Later, clashes with her burning chainsaw, eliminating the entire universe. Nanami has to win, for humans and machines. So we carry actual strength. Trailblazer's branded physical prowess is being overcome as her running chainsaw shines even brighter than his blades of light. His tactical circuit reacts with constant alarm, warning him of the dangerous situation. Chariot must forge a path for his kin. Trailblazer reaches out and holds onto Nanami's neck tightly. The blaze under his chest beginning to gather all his energy. He knows this attack will strike down his foe and destroy himself in the process.
You're trying him over, dum-dum.
When Blaze Ender is about to fire, Nanami jumps out of the cockpit and grabs Trailblazer's head in her arms, headbutting him right in the forehead. It's a split second when their heads come into contact, an infinite amount of new programs surge into Trailblazer's memory shell, reminding him of his awakening after seeing Sage's artwork for the first time. Instead of losing control of his body, he falls to the ground with Nanami, the glow on his Blaze Ender beginning to fade.
That hurts so much.
He rose forward to his sides before petting Trailblazer on his head.
It must hurt for you too, right?
Trailblazer stares at Nanami, half kneeling on the ground, feeling the gentle touch of her small palm leaves on his head. It seems to be an unbelievable strength that's warm. It was cold and empty. Nanami, you're... Sage?
Yes, she's the Sage Machina we've been searching for.
Returned from her infiltration, Hackman moves toward the girl Gestalt showed her. The girl's current image overlapping with the one in Hackman's memories.
Sage, we finally found you.
Okay, yeah. That mech fight was heat. That was total fire. Like, come on. Y'all can't say that wasn't good, because I had a blast with it. Dodging his attacks, actually being able to do different moves. Okay, this is the end of the ship. Back on the road. Hackman wishes she could play the never-ending game of questioning Nanami once again as they did in that small room. She also knows that this Nanami is no longer the Nanami from the past. Hackman herself is not who she once was either. Now Hackman is the Church of Machina's hermit, and Nanami is the ultimate purpose they seek.
Nanami understands all your fears and confusions, because just like you, I've also seen the worst endings between machines and humans in countless futures. Whether or not your mission here succeeds today, machines and humans might still destroy each other under threat of the punishing virus. If that's the case, what is the purpose of everything you've done? You're not wrong. Perhaps nothing Nanami does mean anything in the future. But some people still do their best, believing that the future can be changed one step at a time.
To get the blue planet that seems to be within reach, Nanami smiles tenderly.
The humans that everyone thinks are weak are still fighting on Earth against endless despair with nothing but a trace of hope. Nanami will look so lame if she keeps running away. Nanami will try her best and do what she can, as for the humans and the Sage of the Awakened Machines. I'm going to lead the machines to the future I've chosen, the future where machines and humans can love each other.
Looking at Nanami's face, Hackman truly feels Nanami's growth for the first time.
Wait, Nanami can also draw things she saw and show you. I'll bring them with me and show you if there's a next time.
You don't need to draw me pictures anymore. Walking past those sights you've seen, traces of you have guided me all along.
How about Nanami calls you Haikma from now on?
This gift, or the name, this gift you gave me, something I have and I will always treasure.
It's the first time I've had such a clear dream. Who are you?
Even though you don't know me anymore, those memories have not faded a bit. All her doubts and confusions crumble in an instant. Haikma finally understands why she has been resisting the correct future. It's because that's not the future she wants. She wants Nanami to make a different choice. She wants the future to look different. Nanami is what the experiment wanted to achieve. A machine's love is freed from the shackles of programming. Kindness and affection from humans that paved the path to the future for machines. But who is she to shackle Nanami once again? All the things she wanted to say plunged back into the dark pond. Nanami's still the girl Haikma remembers. She's also the Sage Machina every machine follows.
Sage, I will stay by your side no matter what you choose. Always.
Haikma smiles, extending a hand toward Haikma.
In that case, nice to meet you, Haikma. And Laser. Am I the laser? You remember my name? Yep, you're Nanami's friend, Haikma. Even though Nanami's memories of Haikma from the past have been erased, Nanami remembers her from the future when they became friends. Perhaps it's a coincidence, bugging the infinite calculations. Nanami and Haikma will always become friends regardless of which future comes true. Right. Haikma is Nanami's friend. Haikma clutches Nanami's hand. It's her first promise to herself. One of her infinite identical promises in the infinite timelines. She'll always become Nanami's friend. And so Nanami's decided to begin the real journey. You said that before. This is different. Someone told Nanami something very important. Now, I'm gonna search for that treasure. The girl hides her hands behind her back as if keeping a devious secret, but her eyes glisten with resolve. But to make that dream come true, we're gonna need everybody. Nanami's gonna find more companions and gather everyone together. Because there are many more friends waiting for me. You're not making something up just so you can disappear and have fun somewhere else, are you? Of course not. Nanami's not leaving any friends behind this time. Martin, Rahachi, Haikma, Laser, and all the lost children. Nanami will bring them home. Location data from Nanami. Confirmed. Oh, I see. Right, because before she just left them all alone. Only giving them the option to choose, but never really giving them a good sense of direction. So now she actually is fulfilling that part. Then, let's go, my new adventure party. The many incomplete graffiti gathered here. Together they form one complete picture. Okay. It's an interesting story. I am kind of curious to see what it does for the Church of Machina afterward. Like, does Laser tell them that he actually met Sage? Does this mean Haikma's no longer a member of Church of Machina? Maybe that's something for another time. Alright. That was honestly a really good chapter. Again, helps clarify a lot of things and again, explain some missing plot points, like regarding the machines that Nanami had kind of left behind, because we knew kind of what it would lead to in the long run, but I didn't think like we'd actually see personally what it would do for them now. But it was honestly a really good one, and again, an interesting story for Haikma, because again, she's definitely one of the more upfront examples of like machines who don't really know what to do and are only programmed to do stuff, and then change it to actually create their own personality and feelings and such, without having to be displayed too much otherwise or forced upon that idea. I thought it was really good, especially the fact that she has to make these decisions. She knows she can't just rely on information and stuff forever, because that wouldn't be freedom in that case, which is what the church is going for. So it's nice to see the kind of difference that went on there. But alright, with that, we'll actually do Cinder Burns. So again, after that I only have this one left. Then I can move on to chapter 21. Or maybe I'll go to chapter 21 after. I don't know. But yeah, if I remember, this is the one regarding Shrek, right? I'm curious to see how he ended up in becoming no one. Rivered grass. When I'm silent, I feel replete. As I open my mouth to speak, I'm conscious of emptiness. The past life has died. I exult over its death because from this I know that it once existed. The dead life is decayed. I exult over its decay because from this I know that it has not been empty. Lucian, wild grass. Grass rots. Begin
ends where it ends. I remember my own death. It was given by many when I was alive. I gave the future my all. I loved them. I was loved by them too. But be reborn as something else and come back to them, like wild grass. I should be happy. And happy is the last thing I'm feeling at this moment. Why is it? I feel like I'm missing a big part of my memory. Wait, why am I dead now? Seem to have thrown me off of Aslam. I made the wrong choice. I don't remember anything else though. All I know is that it's getting dark now. It's so cold. It hurts. It hurts. Who am I? Countless names pop up and flash by in his mind. So he was able to make sense of them, being torn apart and feeling nauseous from tormenting phantom pain. Is this a dream? Am I just seeing things now because I'm dying? Pain and death filled his consciousness. Nothing else could be found. I need to wake up from this pain. Confused, the humanoid tries to feel for his limbs. After God only knows how long, his fingertips finally gained sense of it amidst the shivers. Slowly opens his eyes from the pain that has tormented himself. Recalibrating visual module, 78.13%. Okay. So he was actually able to survive that? How? I guess maybe when Shrek tried to take the bomb with him to the twins, maybe they had put it a safe enough distance that he would at least be able to survive the blast. Maybe, because the twins were at least aware that it would actually harm them. Visual module. Hits him as a new concept. He has no idea what that means, but his recalibrated vision is showing him exactly what death is like. Where is this? Rubbing his messy hair, he sits up the same way as any humanoid would. Checks his limbs and clothing, which only makes him even more unsure of himself. Am I still human? Check his body for a second time. He doesn't seem to recognize his bioskin as his mechanical structure. Do I still count as human? When did all this happen? Did it all happen on that day? Doesn't know the answers. But these are not the only questions he has. Doesn't know who he himself is, where he came from, or where he has to go next. Lost, the young man walks aimlessly in the dark. After what seems like forever, through the zigzagging paths of the underground tunnel, he's finally out and sees a city. Beside the entrance, it's a pile of stones with a clean sling bag in it, beside which lies two swords of different shapes. Seem to be murder weapons the killer didn't have time to properly dispose of. Picking up the bag, he sees a blueprint in it with the words Rev Blade and a blood-soaked notebook. Can't really open this notebook now when it's like this. When the items away, he gives a seemingly empty sling bag a few shakes, sees a pair of glasses falling out of a pocket. The pair of glasses seem familiar to him. Not knowing exactly why, he picks it up and walks up to a puddle of water beside it. He sees himself looking back at himself from the water. Then he puts the pair of glasses on his face as if he knew exactly that's what he was supposed to do with them. It isn't until this moment that he finally senses something familiar in himself. Actually, everything in the sling bag seems more familiar to him than his body. Who left the bag here? Where should he go? Paces around as his brain kicks into gear. At sunset, he hears reverent footsteps coming from a distance. Hey, there's someone over there. Who are you? Don't worry, we're Babylonia's task force. We're on a rescue mission. You can go to the conservation area with us if you got nowhere to go back to. But look, this guy's a construct. Construct? What's your team? I was wondering about the same thing, actually. Say, why don't you tell me what a construct is first? Huh? The man and the team learned about each other through a brief exchange. This memory loss you're experiencing is probably caused by a deviation of mind. We're using quite a few constructs like you these days. But the database doesn't have anything on this guy. The thing he's carrying seems like a telecommunication device. Here, have a look at it. Find anything out of the ordinary? It's broken. Didn't come from Babylonia. Should we get rid of it? We should give it back to him. What if it turns out to be a piece of a hint? Could the guy be an unregistered construct from ACA or ARU? Possibly. I'm sure there's a bunch of Ascendants we don't know out there that are unregistered. To mention the word Ascendant, the other two constructs take a few steps back from their weapons race. Wait, you only went over what a construct is. What's an Ascendant? Staying for a moment, the three fill him in on what an Ascendant is. They're the reason we're living through this mess. In other words, they're the bad guys. Exactly. They're responsible for the red tie and the defecting constructs. I see. Boy, he really knows nothing. Should we try looking into something else? Like his punishing virus concentration? Already did. He's on the low end, but that only shows he's not a transcendent. A red ascendant can control the punishing virus. We should speak to the elite squad about it. I heard they passed by this area. Yeah, and passing by is all they're going to do. They won't come to the base because the Purifying Force is busy. The Grey River Commander just recovered, and the construct that the other two constructs refer to as their captain stops mid-sentence. Cardio man decides to give him the benefit of the doubt. Come back to our base with us. We'll run checkups on you after that. Wait, we'll deal with any anomalies later, when we come across any. But I just don't want to let doubt get in our way of saving people. Captain is right. Too many lives have been lost. We can still try to be safe, but that doesn't mean we should leave anyone behind. Give the man the benefit of the doubt that we decide to bring him back to their base. Thank you. So no one even knows what happened to him? Interesting. The team brings the young man to a place they refer to as a temporary base. After the man turns in his rev blade, deemed a dangerous object, and his blueprint, the supply construct in the base runs a quick checkup on him. No damage found. It seems that the individual is experiencing after effects of a mind deviation. A mind deviation. I see you're clueless. Memory loss is one of the things that happen when mind deviates. You're lucky now. You're experiencing some issues with memory reading, but the data in there is otherwise intact. What you're experiencing is rare. People like you usually end up with after effects that are more severe if they don't get help in time. Maybe your mind is super stable. Maybe it's because I've been helped. That's possible. We don't have the equipment needed to treat you, unfortunately. I suggest you seek help somewhere else. It's either that or you can give yourself some time and see if you recall anything. It's quite a gamble, though. So I don't need to be treated to recover. Yes, but that's based on the assumption that you have a stable mind. Don't get your hopes up, though, because that's not possible with most constructs. Are you leaving? I have another mission to attend to. Feel free to stay. See the supply construct off, the young man sits quietly in the corner as everyone carries on with work. A few hours later, when the world's fully clad in moonlight, the man hears noises coming from the outside door. Seems to be a group of unexpected visitors. What are you all doing here? Can to rest ourselves up. Command a few constructs need to be treated. The young man looks up at the construct is pointing. There's a human behind the crowd speaking quietly to a nearby construct. Commander is here alone? Why would the rest of Grey Raven? The captain came, but the other two stayed up there. Why isn't the captain sticking around commanding? We had to change of plan and asked the captain to stay there because they were short on hands. Wait, I went there? When? Okay, this must have been after the stuff with Liv. If I had to guess. And again, before the last chapter. At their exchange, they quickly head back to their respective maintenance chambers, leaving the construct captain. Two sit by the table. Captain asks some questions while opening a white first aid kit. Is that a first aid kit? Does anyone else need to be patched up or stitched up? The man suddenly awash with old memories. Was I a doctor? He looks at the frowning human in a white first aid kit in the distance as he tries to piece together his newfound memory shards. Phew. Second volume Surgical Science, 21st edition. Took me a while to find it. His finger twitches at the non-existent book. The probably remember more things if I touch the box. Young man thinks to himself as he musters up this courage to offer his help.
Excuse me, but can I patch you up?
Pardon me?
I think... No, I remember learning about this. Can I do this for you?
How did that suddenly cross your mind, though? Well, just because we brought you back here doesn't mean you have a complete trust. It's nothing personal. We have no idea who you are, so we can't let you lay a finger on an injured human. Not to mention one who's the commander of an elite squad. Right when the console captain is about to push the young man away, you, the person you just referred to as the commander of elite squad, stop him. Let him try. You can't assume someone's guilty until you have evidence saying so. Weighing his options, the console captain stands up as he looks at the commander. Oh, actually, that's right. We haven't actually met Shrek, have we? Like, the commandant. Only Grey Raven has. And Watanabe. I have my eye on you, son.
Please, have a seat. Santos Weiss. Hi, Grey Raven Commandant.
What's your name?
I don't remember.
Do you have a code name?
If it's okay with you, feel free to call me Young Man A, or whatever comes to your mind.
I remember seeing you somewhere before.
Really?
You seem a little different from what I remember.
What does the person you remember seeing look like? Was he someone that everyone else had to try to be careful around?
I don't know him well. Never seen him in person. I've only seen him in videos, and I didn't see his face clearly. Oh, I see. So yeah, it was. This took place after the events with Liv and surviving Lusum. And I had to probably write the report, and that's where I at least saw images of Shrek from like memories of Liv and everyone else. I know he's met my team. I was injured back then. He might be a goner now. What else do you remember?
Well, when I saw the first aid kit, it reminded me of a book on surgery that I read before. And when I lent a base doctor a hand. It's a sign that the data in your mind is pretty much intact. If seeing things you're familiar with calls pieces of memories to your mind. Right. I was with a support consult just now. I didn't catch her name, but she said the same thing.
We could probably get you fixed up in Babylonia. Except we're having some difficulty traveling back now. The transport craft are going to pick us up in a few days now. How would you like to go to Babylonia with us?
Can I really, though? I mean, I don't even know who I am yet.
So as he finished his sentence, the young man realizes that your question was actually a trick question asked out of doubt, to see if his memory loss is feigned. None of these people have any reason to trust him just because he's brought back here. It's exactly what the constructs have said. Even the young man himself finds the doubt fair, because he doesn't even trust himself. They could make him a new addition to the good side. What if he turns out to be a bad guy? The young man finds this idea terrifying.
I don't know. Let me think about it.
Alright. I look forward to going to Babylonia with you, though.
Well, I see.
The two say no more. The young man finishes patching you up and returns to his corner. The base is a lot quieter after dark. Most people are asleep now, except for a much too energetic girl and an old man having a heated exchange at a corner. Daily messages on the paper for everyone to see. You can't just write down whatever you want on it.
But they don't need it anymore, and I'm not writing down random things.
I don't care what you're writing, but the piece of paper is theirs, and you can't just take it. People here have no terminals, and they need these papers to stay up to date on what everyone else is doing. Look, Donner, I just don't want you to get into trouble. Give it back to them already. Seeing them fight brings a tinge of sadness to the young man.
Did I once have a family like this too?
Arguing no more, the girl walks up to the commandant from just now with the paper all crumpled up in her hand, all while sobbing. Two of them have a quiet exchange. The commandant doesn't take the paper from her, but instead pats her on the head and gives her a page torn from a notebook.
Thank you.
Seeing the girl happy makes the young man happy too. When the young man turns his gaze to the commander, he sees a pair of eyes looking back his way. Their eyes lock for a few moments in silence. Looking away, the commander says something quietly to the consort captain. Are you talking about a mission? Are you still being suspicious about me? Can I really stay here? Distance between him and the rest of the base feels like a cage, from which you can neither escape nor into which people can go. It confines him to the corner. Would I know where I'm supposed to go? If I remembered things? Deep without the young man hears footsteps come from the distance. Yes? Why are you giving me these? We'll be on our way to City 6 in a bit. Your mind will probably deviate again as you go. Which means you'll probably experience memory loss again and again. So I thought I'd give you this pen and paper to jot down anything you remember right away. More than happy to help. Thank you. Caught off guard by the commander's kind gesture, the young man quickly stands up to receive the pen and paper with both hands. And I want to thank you for patching me up. Hope you regain your memory in no time. The young man was going to ask more questions when he realized that the commander's left with someone else as he spoke, leaving him all alone. These heroes run into worn-out soldiers, vagabonds, refugees every single day on the battlefield. To them, the young man is but one of the many encounters they've had. For all that's on their plates, they simply can't afford the luxury of time to learn about him with a deeper level. The young man, however, any chance missed puts him one step closer to an abyss from which there is no escape. Glass cradle. The color of the night grows heavy. The base sees its inhabitants fishing work and readying themselves for bedtime one after another. Taking advantage of the quiet hours, the young man tiptoes his way to a table and sits down. He sees a piece of paper left by the girl that carries her soft written words. Did I used to do this too? He folds the paper in half and wants to start writing something, only to realize his mind is blank as the paper is staring right back at him. The commandant said to write down whatever pops up in my mind. What can I even remember, though? Closing his eyes, the young man delves into his memory. That's where he begins to feel it. The warmth of the pen he misses so much that drops in sync with his heartbeats, figuring every last dark corner in his consciousness. If I try hard enough, maybe I can just recall a few things. With the pen in his hand, the young man repeats this line again and again. I can do this. Still repeating the line, he follows his instinct and puts down a few random lines on the paper. Eventually, the lines, seemingly a great mass, turn into a circle. Then, coupled with other drawings of irregular shapes, the circle transforms into a teenage young man sitting on a low chair. The which a simple bonfire appears before the young man, followed by an expanding grassland that grows from beneath his feet. The young man seems to be used to drawing all these, so he's drawn them countless times before. Wait, so I knew how to draw? But where did all my drawings go? Did someone keep a collection of them for me? Or did they all just pile into a mound of used sketchbooks? Or I remember what happened to them now. Mom, those are my drawings. Was this the young man was still a kid, only one thing had ever happened to his works of art. Right. They'd be torn to pieces and would be used to keep fires burning or just discarded. You have 3 seconds to give me the rest of your drawings, before I break your pencils too. You can't do that. 1. I already have all the vocabulary words memorized from yesterday. I finished all the chores. 2. I had the hole in my t-shirt fixed too. Why are you doing this? 3. Please, it's just something I do for a bit before I go to bed. If the begging turns into sounds of snapped pencils, slaps and screams, to which a neighbor lashes with ear-splitting shouts. For God's sake, goddamn witch! Can you just save all that for tomorrow? Let go and stand straight. The woman says his name, yet he just can't get it past the blur. I've told you so many times already. Drawing isn't going to help put food on your table. That's only going to ruin your eyes. Look what it's done to your eyes already. It took me 1 year's worth of my savings to buy you this pair of glasses. Do you know what that means exactly?
I'm sorry, Mom, but I don't need your apologies or buts. I just want you to know that you've been strangling your own future. If all the school's gone, you're responsible for your own learning now. You need to arm yourself with a skill that can get you into the reservation area or the medical area where you'll be safe. Even if you just want to live in a lower level of Aslan for the rest of your life, you still need to work to keep yourself alive. Clean up the mess here. Aunt Rachel will be here tomorrow. You do well to go out there with her and get a real taste of the world. See for yourself all those people that are dying from the punishing virus, and you'll see why I want you to live close to a CPF. I don't want to work at cargo though. What do you want to do then? You're just gonna keep drawing, or you're gonna keep fighting the dudes from Carriage H or the security guards from above? How do you find out about all that? I know everything. You would have been a goner if it weren't for Rachel. But I roughed them up only because they badmouthed you. So we're just stuck at the tip of his tongue. Couldn't hear his name, she lets out a few coughs. You're 9 already, and I can't be around you forever. We're living through a very chaotic time, and you need to learn to live on your own. Bravery is good, but you'd be stupid to throw your life away over some petty conflict. You need to go with Rachel to get a real taste of the world out there. That's when you learn your place in this world. I mean, to be fair, she does kind of look sickly with her skin tone, so maybe she is actually looking out for him in a way. Not the best way, but the boy looks at his mother with those pleading eyes of his, hoping she'd spare him the suffering of work. Their eyes are locked for what seems like an eternity. So nothing's gonna change his mother's mind. The boy finally gives in. Fine. As far as he can remember of his mother, he's never seen her without the mask. She never ate or washed her face in front of her son. She barely ever slept with the boy around. Every time he got curious and stuck into his mother's workspace, he'd always get a piece of his mother's mind. When he heard from the workers, a riot is what caused his mother to start wearing the mask. His father's death. The well-planned riot is the very reason their family is now stuck at the lower level of Aslan. His mother had to pull strings to get herself a job. The one that's barely keeping them both alive now. There's no idea what his mother does for work exactly. When did everyone dislikes her work as much as her mask? Wait, is that all I'm getting? You do know I'm friends with them boys up there, right? What? You don't give a damn? Get lost forever with that stupid mask of yours then. Look, damn witch, I told you about this application. Was that possible? I did have a few drinks on the 14th, but I swear I totes remember this. Did you really have to kick Joe out? He might have broken some rules, but he's a brother. Damn it, she really asked one of the guards to shoot you and that little monster of yours dead. Speaking of the devil, Mommy was away for a night shift last night. So care with so many guys this morning. You know which one of them is? Stop. So what, is she in charge of like a... Honestly can't tell, because it's like, there's a lot of mixed opinions I can't tell. Maybe she's supposed to be like one of the people who calls people out if they're not like following the rules in Aslan. This mother never loses her cool in the face of all the threats and jibes coming her way. The same way she never gives in to her son's pleadings, so long as she thinks that his requests fail to align with her plan. She's like a tree, but it provides nothing beyond the shade and fruit that keep him alive. I mean, to be fair, it's not like she's trying to only make a good image for herself necessarily to go to a purificate or reservation area. There is, however, one single person who manages to stay on friendly terms with his mother. The person's not other than Rachel, head of lower levels cargo crew. Rachel is friends with everyone. There's not a single person living on the lower level that doesn't respect her. So, Julie sent you down here because of what happened yesterday, I gather. I see you don't like that I told your mom about what happened. No, not exactly. Or did none of that make any sense to her and she just decided to go hard on you? Oh, Rachel. Do you really have any idea how crazy the whole situation was yesterday? You can fight the kids from Cargo H all you want, because I know they got nothing on you when it comes to running. But you just can't afford to mess with those guards from up there. They've got guns. And we all know that those guns are meant for anything but to keep us safe. So long as Aslam is theirs, they know all of us here. Or they own all of us here and can kill whenever they want to cause some cheap compensation to your mom. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm sure you learned your lesson, and I didn't come to blame you. See? I was just worried. Okay. And I've given those kids from Carriage H a piece of my mind for you. Really? Why would I lie? I know very well what they've been saying behind your back. I really should have dealt with it sooner. It's not your fault. Okay. But hey, I understand those kids have been messing with you, but you really want to drop that long face of yours sometime. Hill told me she said hi to you the other night. Apparently you just walked away all pissed without greeting her. The poor woman was shocked. There aren't many in Carriage N on friendly terms with your mom and you, and Hill's definitely one in a handful. I'm sorry. Say that for when you see her next time. You refuse to say that to her yourself? She was just standing around watching when the kids near Carriage H picked on me. Look, you need to understand that not everyone has what it takes to stand up to the bad guys. She might have stayed away, but that doesn't mean she approved of what they did. Okay, I'll go and apologize to her tonight. Attaboy. Should I go to cargo with you then? No, because I got you a much better position. Much better one? See that ventilation duct up there? I need you to go up there and see if there's anything in it that needs fixing. But I don't even know what needs to be fixed. That's fine. You just need to go all the way to the end and stay there until I call for you at night. That's it? Of course. What? Think I put a 9-year-old in cargo? Gotcha. Thanks. I'd save that for later if I were you. Fully understanding Rachel's intention, the boy climbs down the ventilation duct she pointed at. When he finally reaches the end, he sees that there isn't some secluded tunnel waiting for him, or it's a place he's never dared dream of. The book storage? The boy's now at Storage A in Carriage Piece Cargo. They store piles and piles of paper books waiting to be sold at terminals storing ebooks and data. There are novels and books on poems, history, and myths. But other than these, there are also picture books and mangas, which any 9-year-old will find much easier to read. Like a fish who's finally found water, he dives right into a book he seems to be able to read and begins reading away. The boy was ready to grind through the day, but it ended up being so much fun that he forgot to eat the food he brought. He reads up with every page turned, and before the boy knows it, his time is up. Hearing knocks coming from the ventilation duct, the boy reluctantly puts down the book in his hands and goes back the way he came through. So, how'd you like hanging out alone in there? It wasn't bad, but the boy thinks it's all too good to be true. When Mom finds out about it, will she tear down the whole storage? When those people that hate my mom find out that I was there, are there going to be consequences? You're gonna be fine, as long as you don't find it scary. I'll just tell your mom that I put you on the maintenance crew to help them fix the tunnel before you're too young, or because you're too young to come to cargo. But I didn't. Alrighty. Keep it down, be careful with the books. Remember to keep an eye out for people when you go in and out. Let me handle talking to your mom. Right. Thank you. No worries. The war might be a mess now, but knowledge will still pay off in the long run. Make sure you read and learn a whole bunch of things in there. And try to be nicer to your mom. You see, she's just trying to help because... I never dared to ask what Rachel was going to say. After Rachel's talk with the young boy's mother, he now has 4 hours worth of work to do for the maintenance crew outside of chores and studying. At home, he pays close attention to his mother's tone. He works and studies harder than ever to keep his mother in the dark. Once he's back at the storage with all the books, he becomes a fish swimming freely across the sea of books, all the while absorbing the nutrients it provides. This place shelters him from everything, be it his mother or the venom that spews out of people's mouths when they mouth off to his mother. Many find books like these too impractical for the kid's good. But to someone like him, someone born on and confined to a train, his books are his only chance to learn about the world out there. He might not own these books, but he's confident that he knows what's in these books better than the one who owns them. Be it the Golden Age, the ever-expanding universe, or the Romance and Tears, he remembers every single story he's read.
The story he remembers particularly well is one where the protagonist vows to fight for justice in an ideal world, but the world is actually fixed in the end. Countless stories he's read, people stop hurting one another to survive. Rather, they work as one to rebuild their home. Repenting or not, the bad guys pay for what they've done. Through these stories, he gradually comes to grasp of his place on the train, and why it's important to fight oppression back. If someone could really make it happen, this place would probably change like the world does in the stories. The book in his hands, the boy makes a wish to himself. He wants to become someone like the hero from the stories, someone who fights for justice. In fact, he thinks he would probably be happy to just fight alongside the hero. Again and again, the boy would dream of being the hero that comes to the world's rescue. He soon wears away when his mother comes down hard on him. She's criticized him in more ways than one, putting all sorts of labels on his dream. Eventually, the boy loses ground. It's probably high time I face the music. Mom's probably gonna be mad again if I pick fights with the kids. Deciding to compromise with reality, the boy comes up with an action plan. He secretly stores away his dream. I'm sure Mom is going to be okay with me drawing when the train is once again peaceful, if I know to keep my head above water. But for now, I guess I'll just do as Mom and Rachel say and help around the house. Life goes on. As the boy holds on to his flimsy little dream, goes through all emotional ups and downs that come with it. Life hasn't been exactly easy growing up, or with all the pressures and his futile resistance against them. But here he is, ready to turn 11. I'm at 5%? Just 2? Okay, so if that's the case, then 4 would be 10. What, it's gonna be 40 parts? Oh my god. That is going to be long. Especially with only 6 fights, supposedly. Wait, right? No, my bad. 8 fights. How am I being stupid? If anything, an ordinary person is exactly like the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice, since they got nothing that would help them land on the right side. Lost at night. A day like any other, at least it was supposed to be. The boy's been reading in the storage room late into the night, yet he's still yet to hear the familiar knocks coming down the ventilation shaft. Seeing it's now 4 a.m. on his device and feeling helplessly edgy, the boy decides to crawl out the ventilation duct and tiptoes his way back home. With the door ajar, he sees that the lights in his mother's workspace are still on. Badly wounded, Rachel sits before his mom with a frown on her face. It's not the first time the cargo crew lets things go missing. I didn't do it this time, which means you've done it before. That's a really bad joke. Some of the guys from before tried to rob our things, and I was the one that stopped them. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I do, of course. Except they all say you're the one that did the robbing this time. Do you trust me? Makes sense if you don't, though. I mean, you probably would have been much better off without me anyway. Curious about what that means, the boy was about to open his mouth to ask, yet stops in his tracks. Tommy isn't quite right just yet. Do you regret all of this? No, because the ride just had to happen. But look, I'm very sorry. Don't be. You didn't kill him. The prep took advantage of the riot. She stops for a few moments before she continues. Ashlar used us all. Used, he said. The same way I've been using him and those good-for-nothing royals, I bet. Ashlar. Do I know that person? But I'm not ready to turn the tables with him just yet. There were things I just can't do without him. But Julie, I'll never become one of them. And you know I never will. The boy doesn't exactly understand what Rachel's saying to his mother. But he now knows that they've been working with someone they both hate. There are people in the cargo crew who take what's not theirs. This isn't the first time the conversation turned tense, but every time he tries to ask about it, they brush him off. You're 11 and an adult now. The boy's mom said to the boy a while back, but when he asks her a question she doesn't want to answer, she go back on her words and say you're still too young to worry about that. What happened to Assad? Assad. The boy remembers the name. He's close to Rachel. They always work and drink together. So close that people won't stop teasing him. Assad always laughs it off when he hears things like this. You're kidding me, right? I'd find someone much more elegant if I were to date.
He's hurt and is resting.
Julian sits silently in the swaying train for a while.
Thank you for today. I'll definitely be more careful going forward. Good evening. You'll not tell anyone what you heard just now. Okay. I won't. Julie, be nice to the kid. Time for bed. Mom, did Aunt Rachel do something bad to you before?
That's just a question.
The riot she was talking about, is that why Dad was killed? Look, this isn't something... I'm not a kid anymore. I can't work on my own in the maintenance crew.
It's a lie, but the urge to know the truth tries the boy to use it as a chip for bargaining. His temper, however, fails to fool his mother.
Work? You think I don't know what you've been doing? Allie took her up on her proposal because she said it's too dangerous for a 9-year-old to work in the cargo crew. That books can help you with learning. And that you won't come in contact with the guards if you stay there. You should sleep now. But you should sleep now.
Those words are supposed to be words of comfort, except they come out sounding like an order and trigger an explosion of all the feelings that have been bottled up inside the boy for years.
Yes. People say that if Dad were still alive, he would never leave us here. He would never let others call you a witch or... Have you heard these? Why does it matter? Too busy to feel bothered. But don't you feel sad? You hear them? How does feeling sad help us? Is it going to change anything? Just because it isn't going to change anything doesn't mean you don't feel sad, right? It doesn't matter if I do. These feelings will only suffocate us. Your father is dead. There's nothing I can do for him. I don't even have a chance to feel sad. Assam has always been in chaos. Everyone does what they can to survive this hellhole. Some resort to violence, some to trickery, and some can only rely on others. Regardless of which path they pick, when the sky comes tumbling down, everyone has to bear the consequences of their choice. Rachel wants to change the status quo. At that time, as an aristocrat from the upper level, your father was part of the problem. I begged him to change, but he died after the riot began. Rachel didn't kill him. The perpetrator just used the chaos she caused.
So it was supposed to enact change, but in the end, all it did was just make things worse. At least seemingly. Damn.
There were still many more people up there like your father, or even worse than him. He died without ever having the chance to prove that he could change. People that he just can't be bothered to understand me.
Ah, I see. So that's why there's also a disdain to them too.
Then I can understand why they feel this way. To them, I'm an accomplice of the aristocrats. Mom, do you hate me? Even at the very bottom of Aslan, people wouldn't have treated you like this had you been born into a different family. Can we leave? The world out there is much worse than this. The punishing virus has taken over the land, and you need to be around the CPF to be safe. You can stay here because I still have a job here. When I'm gone, you'll have to leave and join the ranks of the scavengers you can't fend for yourself. When that day comes, there'll be no food, no shelter, and you might get infected any time. When you want to rest, the corrupted robbers will swarm up on you. What should we do? Trust Rachel. She has a plan to free us from this oppression. Will she become a great leader? Just like the heroes in the books? Yeah. Are you helping her, Mom? Yes. I'm trying to help her. I don't always agree with the way she does things, but I have no right to question her either. She's good at winning people over to our side. That's just one of the things she's good at that I'm not. When I was your age, my dream was to become a merchant that brings people whatever they need. Except, I realized I had nothing to sell for my own future. Your future? She nods and hides all the scars of time behind her mask, revealing no further details. Why do you sell your future? to buy things that I otherwise can't afford. For someone ordinary to become a hero, there's a steep price to pay, and it might even hurt those around you. It's worse during the sharp knives that stab them in the heart. Well, I've given your situation some thought over the past few days. You're no genius, and it's way too difficult for you to learn a skill on your own. You need a teacher. Michi will put you on her cargo crew once you turn 13. Like it or not, you need to learn to keep yourself alive. Time to sleep. No, I don't want to sleep. What do you mean when you just said you're selling your future? Where are you going? You should sleep now. Wait, you haven't answered my question. You should sleep now. Are you gonna stay here tonight?
That's a non-committal response to her mask. It's like followed by coughs.
Did you catch a cold?
Shakes her head without saying anything. Lies down on her side next to the boy. Then lifting her hand to touch her boy, she starts singing it the same gentle lullaby she always did many, many years ago. Man wakes up from his memory. He's all alone now. I've been left here by the constructs of the commander from last night. In the distance, the boy can be a construct girl. See me wait as she fixes a toy with the part she has.
Did I wake you up?
Did I fall asleep holding this pen?
Yep. Good morning.
Where are the others?
They all left on a mission. My name is Lilian, by the way. You told me about your memory loss, and I'll be taking you to Medical Center 9 in a bit.
Medical Center 9? Someone from yesterday told me that I should go somewhere with better medical resources. Get myself checked up and treated there. But never said it's Medical Center 9.
That's what they were talking about, because that's the only place around here with better medical resources. We'll be on our way when the transport vehicle is here. You recall anything? Do you remember your name?
I've recalled a lot of things, except for my name.
Seems like you really hated your name, huh?
What make you say so?
According to our instructor, you'll tend to have a harder time recalling something if you tried to shun it before the memory loss. That's probably what happened to you now, I'm guessing.
Why would I try to shun my name, though?
Did I say something wrong?
No, I'm just feeling a little lost here.
But you said you recall a lot of things already, right?
But they're all from before I was 12. They have to do with my family and friends and the picture books and the mangas I've read. But why am I remembering everything I've read?
Anything else?
Well, there's nothing worth mentioning.
I bet they're just some of the bad things you've done.
Unfortunately, no. Just memories of some situation we couldn't work our way around. Dreams I couldn't make happen. Nice hand who would occasionally come to my rescue. My mom who basically never told me a thing.
Boy, those are named with a capital L. This wouldn't be some guy if you were in a game. I guess you're right. Say, do you think an ordinary person might just someday find himself on the wrong side of justice? If anything, an ordinary person is exactly the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice, so they got nothing that would help them land on the right side of it. For someone ordinary to become a hero, there's a steep price to pay. It might even hurt those around you. The boy once again recalls his mother's words. The boy died, and what little he still has as a memory. Here he is, alive and well in this body he doesn't recognize. What price did he have to pay exactly for this miracle to have happened? Transport vehicles here. Here, they left the weapon here for you. Her toy only half fixed, Lillian stands up from the desk. It's only now that the young man sees that the toy is a firefly put together with parts. Wait a second. Where did you get that thing you're holding? Talk about this firefly toy? I found this out there when I came. Can I have a look? I feel like I've seen it before. This toy is put together with gears and used light bulbs. You just need to give its head a little twist and the wings will flap away. The body of the toy, however, is not twisted at such a weird angle that it seems as though it would be hit by something. What's with this? Scars are a part of one's memory. What? He made contact with Vonnegut? Is he the one who gave him this body? No way. With an excruciating pain spreads out from his chest with inexplicable malice. It's the same kind of pain that hit him when he first woke up. Oh, wait, no. Maybe it's just memories that seeped into his mind when he made contact with the twins. Maybe that's what it is, because he did get infected with corrupted, didn't he? Because I think that's how they described it before the detonation happened. Some things are just meant to be. Yo, what's up, Green UEF? How's it going? Just like turns out the reason why Gwen Stacy was at the comics was to make sure they understand. Really? They did not even know Stan Lee didn't want that. Damn, that's disrespectful, man. Because I mean, he's the guy. How could they do that to the man? May he rest in peace, the legend himself. Damn, that's ridiculous, yo. Like, how could they do such a thing? Muscle memory. Okay, here we go. Now we get to try this. Whereas in another, this is purely coincidental. The young man spends a good 10 minutes trying to find out if Lillian saw anyone when she picked up the toy. Look, I said this already. It was just out there and I thought it belonged to one of the kids around. Just gonna fix it and just leave it here, but you can only have it if you think it's yours. But for what it's worth, don't you think you're a little too old for a toy like this? I don't know. It's probably just something that I kept around. It's a reminder of my dreams as a child. Able to get to the bottom of his question, the young man resorts to writing down a message on a piece of paper he got the night before. The driver in the transport vehicle there is honking impatiently by the time he finishes folding up the paper and leaves it with one of the constructs guarding the base. At least I'm making headway here, he tells himself. No, I can't just stop yet. I'll never be able to get to the bottom of this if I don't get my memory back. Calm himself down, the young man shifts his focus back to the conversation the constructs are having. The guy who said reason behind it is unaware. Damn. Where is the chief commandant? Grey Raven left in the middle of the night because they got a bit of a situation going on. What happened? Not sure. Apparently some of the guys guarding the place defected. God only knows where they went. All these disasters over the past few months are already disconcerting. Say, do you think they're hanging out with Ascendants now? Ascendants? No way! Oh yes way.
Who wouldn't want to be immune to the virus, right? I mean, not everyone can be. Better giving it a try than waiting around. Come on, you're talking out your ass. I'm not. See, people have been talking about this. They think there's no end to all this fighting. They'd rather keep their options open. For example, by joining the ranks of the Ascendants and see they're lucky. And that's why the higher-ups decided to send a purifying force out, right? Man, best we drop this topic now and do what we're supposed to do. With the long face, Lillian. I lost touch with Talbot from the squad. I haven't been able to get a hold of him yet. What? You should have brought this up earlier. Well, he was still on the line until just now. You gotta keep an eye out for the guy. He kind of lost it after what happened to Anna. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he decides to defect somewhere down the road. I didn't think we'd have to deal with defection yet. A few moments later, the transport vehicle stops at a dark, or fork, while the concerts get off. Use these two weapons. Is a muscle memory? Does that mean I used to fight like this? Thank you. We have more injured coming. I know. Leave it to me. How could this be? Only one survived. The others are... Yeah, this was the problem. It's the real problem. Damn, that sounds like crazy. Lillian, what's wrong? Ah, shit. No problem. Go. Alright, I'm on it. How is it meant for that works? Or just a heavy attack. Seems like a piece of memory buried deep inside his body. It's no stranger to the structurally unconventional rev blade and the relatively simple stiletto. The clouded street, the clanky of metal, and the gunpowder that shoots straight up the nose. This is it. I remember everything now. I fought a whole lot. I was part of the cargo crew. I was the captain of Crew 8. When it comes to ACA, people think about all the different classes of cars on Aslan. The class that occupies the greatest area isn't the upper level, to which the noble carriage, the functional car, and the guest car belong, but rather the lower level to which the cargo carriage, the commoner carriage, and the industrial carriage belong. The Commoner carriage is a congregation of regular people with skills. They make up the logistics crew, maintenance crew, cargo crew, and the Bumblebee. Something unique to ACA. Before the Bumblebee saw an expansion in its number of members, the majority living on the lower level of Aslan belonged to the cargo crew. Because of the punishing virus, however, machines are no longer omnipotent. The streets now abound with corrupted robbers and ruins. To keep the circulation of items and mail alive and to help resume trading in a world on the verge of destruction, AC formed a logistics network with the cargo crew, and with sheer hard work and some homespun transport vehicles. Recycled resources produced by the reservation areas, bases, and some rebuilt factories. Occasionally either sold to other places or had the Bumblebee process them again, then sell the final products. To many bases, the cargo crew is a sign of hope, because they come in with much needed supplies to take away with them what isn't needed. Ah, I see, so that's why he's always trading for other things, for other people, like he did back then. The homeless merchants keep their heads above water. Many times they come to the rescue people who are in dire situations. Most importantly, they brought a ridiculous amount of wealth to the aristocrats living on the upper level. The job is dangerous, but might often face either robbers or the corrupted. That's when they might lose their goods or their life. Still, the job was a dream job to many homeless scavengers. So what happened back then, that is. Something doesn't seem right and it rolls in his mind like a glass ball. At some point, people stop seeing the job as a dream job. It's a symbol of slavery and sucking up, rather. What happened back then? That's why Rachel said she was going to strike the aristocrats with a revolution for those living on the lower level. Did she manage to pull it off, though? Ward tries to recall what happened, only to realize that his memory takes him no further. I see. So maybe... Still, was like... his father responsible for leading those people to whatever happened then? Pandora's box. I think it's more than a Ponzi scheme. It's gambling and it can really eat you and your family up whole. The three rushed toward Medical Center 9 with the only survivor. What happened? Who's this? I came across a squad that's been assaulted and most of them were dead by the time I got there. Let me help. I appreciate your sense of humor, but you should probably just stay out of this. Out of the way. She was a technician in the reservation area before coming to the med zone. And she was 100 times better than you, Tamba. I'm sure I'm not even half as good. Let's get to work already. How's she doing? Is there anything wrong with her mind? She's got damage all over her body. Some of them seem old, and I'm still working on figuring out the others. Right. Let me take care of this part. You can handle the rest of it. Lillian turns around and pulls over the medical cart. Begins working away with this technician who hasn't made her name yet. Made her name though? What's with the face? Didn't think this place would be so different. I sure never saw this coming. Look at all these new faces we have. Definitely bigger, but more organized as a group now. A lot of them come out when the train collapsed. We decided to assign them all to different bases because God only knows how long it would take for the train to work again. Oh, I see. So we're seeing what happened to the people of Actelic after the train was gone. Right, because of what happened with the twins. I figured we had to see what actually happened to them and if they get the train back. The train... It all happened out of the blue. We ended up with a whole bunch of injured people while short on supplies. It was a total mess. Most of the humans have recovered already and are sharing the workload. The whole situation hasn't really gotten any better since. But we've just been coping just fine by helping each other out. What are you all doing here, by the way? It's our turn to guard the place. Oh, where's the guy that came with you? Tapa looks over there at the young man who's now talking with one of the medics. Busy changing wound dressing for a little boy. The man doesn't notice what people are saying about him. Is he your new captain or just new member? Doesn't seem like he's having any trouble hanging out with humans. I don't know who he is. I only just met him on our way here. Lillian said he doesn't even remember his own name because of memory loss. Thought you guys finally found someone to be your new cap. The higher-ups ain't got no time to make us a new team now. They just make do with whoever they can find. Toads feel ya. I mean, it's been a while since the incident at Puglia Forest Park ruins. I hope they're still having a hard time dealing with things efficiently. Right. And that's because they've taken in way too many refugees. Putting them all back on track has been exactly easy.
Isn't that... Yeah, isn't that... No, it really does, honestly. Like, there's at least only a bit of it, or they try to, like, progressively make it, but it's like, god damn, they really, like, are trying to push it. You are wrong. Things are getting better, though. Traffic between the sky and the ground has resumed partially. We've seen supplies and weapons replenished. Alrighty, done with basic checkups and treatment here. Her mind is still a mess, and it's a miracle that she's conscious at all. What's your name? Oh my god. Damn, Litos? You've gotta be kidding me. I see, so this is where they met before. Which squad were you on before? My squad? They're all... Able to even string her words in a proper sentence, the girl starts crying. Let's save that question for later. Her mind isn't exactly stable yet, and we don't have a commandant here. Let's leave her to rest for now. Next person in line? Coming.
Man, all these people with unstable minds these days.
Not only standing against it, they did it behind his back and is even recording on YouTube, but they never wanted what happened.
Really? Wow, are you serious? Damn, I'm gonna have to check out that out later in my own time. Damn, that's crazy. They went behind the author's back to do that shit. Now that is all kinds of messed up. Like, seriously. Honestly, surprised it's not more talked about. Because if it was me and I was in the same position, I'd be hella pissed. Hell, I told them to, like, give up the rights on continuing it if they're gonna mess up his story like that. Wait, sorry. I'm trying to hear it, but... My bad. I had to reconnect my audio.
Yeah. And now when MJ and Peter's relationship is given, people now cry. How's it? Yeah, your character is so good. Why is it possible to after?
Nah, true. That really is messed up though. Like, I honestly can't believe that shit. That's unreal. Dude, just try to imagine the damage seeing your teammates gone to pieces can do to your mind. Boy, I'm damn sure we're gonna end up with just a few more defectors if things keep up the way they do. And no updates on the Omega weapon so far. I don't see why we need to keep being hopeful about it.
Are you saying that defecting is any better? Where are we supposed to go? Place is safe even. We turn to Ascendants, of course.
Oh, come on.
Come on what? The Parliament has already taken in Transcendents like Kamu.
Oh, right, yeah, true. I keep forgetting Kamo is a Transcendent. He's not an Ascendant, but he's also not just a normal construct.
Things would be a lot easier if someone could just become an Ascendant and remain corrupted.
I know what you mean, but none of the defectors came back here to help us.
What if it's because they couldn't? Into says only a handful of them passed that filtering, right?
But those that did could have come back here to help us, right?
Ascendants can only be our enemies.
That's just how you see it, though. If I were an Ascendant, I had the freedom to use it however I pleased.
Yep. But when she... this comic's relevant, she's...
Damn. I know we aren't out of harm's way yet, and I probably don't have a second choice, but I'm willing to take whatever comes my way so long as I can do something to fix this disaster.
Why do you sound like you already have a plan? I knew it. Come on, just drop that already. Only thing you've become is a corrupted if you go. We had no choice but to get rid of you.
What if I don't become a corrupted, though? Dude, you still understand that it's like most constructs do end up becoming corrupted. There's only been a few exceptions, like very, very few.
What makes you think you'd be one of the few lucky ones, kid? I have no idea what these ascendants you're talking about are capable of, but punishing has been around for years already. We'd have seen a savior by now already if the idea were meant to work.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, it's like they don't really understand how the ascendants even came to be. Like, usually it's just through intense emotions as well that they are able to complete their awakening. Like, when it came to Lucia, when it came to Luna, when it came to Lamia. It's like any one of them could have had the potential to be a hero, but it never did. Again, I'm not saying it's like they're completely wrong, because like, considering what the opposition had done to them in the past, like Kurano and them, it's not that hard to believe that they would not try to help, but still.
You need to take it slowly, son. That's just how things work. You think you know me? Take it slow, huh? Someone dies at every second that passes and you're telling me to take it slow. Come on, Talbot. What has taking it slow done for us? What have we stopped? The corrupted did drop in number, but now we have hetero creatures in the red tide to deal with. There's no end to getting rid of punishing.
I mean, it makes a fair point, but it's like, if we had focused more on getting rid of the ascendants and the punishing earlier, we wouldn't have had to deal with it because Gabriel's project wouldn't have succeeded then. Because then Vonnegut wouldn't have been able to take that and evolve it.
People are dying and we can't do a damn thing about it. Had I known that the train was going to collapse, I would have done everything I could to stop Anna and the elite squad from escorting the Forsaken. But I didn't. I failed to protecting her. Wait, what train? Talbot, enough of all the nonsense. I could have sent you down for the Purifying Force to the Purifying Force for saying all you just said. The old man didn't mean ill. He's right. We'd have seen a savior already if being gifted is the only thing you need to pass the filtering. Being an ascendant isn't the way out. There's only so much that a transcendent can do. We need to figure out a different way to save more people.
True, because, like you said, even if you did become a transcendent, that hasn't really changed things for Kamo. Because it's not like he could take out ascendants 1v1. It's not like it can make him completely immune to like all that red tide stuff, or else he'd be able to be more on the front line than Grey Raven with their specialized frames. Now apologize to the man. Empty your mind that childish thought at once. If this ever happens again, I'll have no choice but to call the Purifying Force on you.
Why, you little...
I'm sorry.
Hey, Talbot?
Where are you going? I was about to go after them when the technician holds them back down.
Nuh-uh. We aren't done with your checkups yet.
Let's go. Already on it.
Talbot.
Don't be sad. They've been going on and on about it these days and never worked out a single plan. Same old thing as it was years ago. They show you an incentive you can't possibly refuse and make us believe that everyone will get a cut of it if we all work a bit. Well, they're in fact just sending us straight to the slaughterhouse.
That sounds like a Ponzi scheme. You're talking about blessing boxes, right?
Blessing boxes? Mind you, that thing is more than a Ponzi scheme. This gambling can really eat you and your whole family up whole.
The aristocrats make them sell those things, right?
I heard that Ashlar's idea.
Ashlar? Oh, it's that same guy again. But how does that have anything to do with all the ascendants they were talking about?
Nothing, but they're same in principle. They can both eat you up. The lucky one becomes the aristocrat's dog. I'll leave a 9,999, I'll get eaten up whole. Was that Aslam trying to recreate the Ascendant project that Kurano had done? The aristocrats. Constructs don't need to leave it to the hand of the luck to draw tickets, at least. Yeah, that's because they need to do that at the cost of possibly losing their lives. Do we even stand a chance to win then? A lot of things don't change, just like how things were back then, right? Or they all just fought and died. Period. The train. Right. I remember it now. The blessing box. It's one of the things that caused the lower level to rot. I probably heard about blessing box for the first time before I was 9. But when was it exactly? It's been so long, I can't remember it now. Back then, conflicts between the upper and lower levels were mostly personal. The lower level wasn't as crowded, and the guards for the upper level were pretty well mannered. Mom said ACA had been on the verge of chaos, but never truly crossed the line. This is your workspace for today. Everything's in there and organized, and you'll all be paid for the amount of work you do. Thank you all so much. Alright, blessing boxes again. Gotta love easy jobs like this. Right, since the job is relatively easy and the pay is calculated based on how much work you do, boss wanted us to get a few kids with too much time on their hands to do these for extra earnings. Of course, we'd be happy to bring some old hands here too. They don't have another source of income other than an easy task from the logistics crew anyway. Copy that. Sounds like a plan, actually. I'll tell boss about it. Do we only need stuff to stuff the things from the bigger box into blessing boxes? Yeah. You just need to fold up those recycled boxes, wipe off any filthy traces on them, stuff the things from the chest into the boxes, and then seal them up. Keep in mind that you're only supposed to stuff one of each item into a single box. Right. Thank you. Didn't think I see a kid this age here. We're totally fine with it. This job is easy enough, and it wouldn't hurt to have some extra earnings. Paper box in his hands, the boy looks at the bigger box for all sorts of things. The bigger box holds a lot of simple parts, loose medications, and old everyday products. These things are as good as useless, but other than that, there's a deck of shiny cards sitting neatly in a metal box with a tantalizing shine. Sir, what are these cards? They're blessing cards. Blessing cards? Yeah. Only so many of them, and you need to be really lucky to have one in the blessing box you buy. If you do get one in the lot box you buy, you get the boy to train with the card and live with everyone. Why do you need a blessing card to live with everyone, though? Son, consider yourself lucky for being a native on the train. You've no idea what's going on out there. But I do. Mom told me about what's going on out there, but I still don't know why you need a blessing card to board the train. Because we have only so many seats on the train. They need tickets to board. You heard about these tickets? There aren't many livable places out there. See, you go to places like refugee bases, med zones, or reservation areas, see that they can only take in skilled workers that are young enough. Even if they're nice enough to take you in, they won't be able to keep you around for long. Because there are all sorts of things in short supply, and no one wants to keep someone around that can't help with anything. Which is why, the safer the place you go to, the more they want to make sure you really are skilled. And you get to stay there if you pass the screening, but the problem is that there are a bunch of people who either failed or have no family members who passed the screening. It's not necessarily the case that they're capable of or that they aren't capable of anything. Or if they want to, it was probably just a bad fit for them. It's much too risky for them to travel far away from home for job hunting. And so they want to hop on the train and go somewhere else? Exactly. And the train never stops hiring. You'd have to pass the screening, though, of course. Be it the cargo crew, maintenance, logistics, or the guards or the service staff. They only want people with the right skills and physical condition. What happens if someone just can't pass a single screening? Then physical work it is. And they're actually short on hands these days. Most physical jobs are one-shot deals, though, which is why people don't keep workers around to meet these ad hoc needs. If someone's lucky enough to get one of the tickets we stuff into one of the boxes, they can hop on board and either go to live somewhere else, or somewhere safe without having to go through the screening, or form a nomadic squad with others and do their part to help. I see. So it's like giving them a starting point, right? So it's like for people who can't even enter a race, this gives them the chance to enter it and then choose how they want to participate in the race. And the upper level stands to gain part of supplies. The lower level gets a few extra hands that can go and help people around. The elder folks and kids would then be able to come and help with making blessing boxes, which makes it possible for everyone to get supplies. I like how that sounds. They're happy and excited about the future. Out of that day, with the blessing box gaining traction, the lower level starts growing crowded. They're now seeing an influx of people who failed to pass screenings at other places, and most of the skills they possess do not align with the skills they need to work on the train. To help these people stay above water, the aristocrats form a bumblebee squad that takes in everyone without a stable job. Ah, okay. Yeah, because I was going to worry, it's like, if they're going to continuously do this all the time, then even if it's by chance, depending on how many places get in, and if they're distributed at random, and we don't even know how many tickets are in each cycle, it would just never end of getting people. And I mean, it's great to have a lot of people, but it's hard to manage even more people over time. Especially in a train like this, because it's not like the train grows any bigger. Bumblebee does all sorts of outside work, be it rebuilding reservation areas, helping with farming, removing ruins from the road, staying the cargo crew's way, or working as ad hoc mercenaries. Most of these people, however, either stay behind the industrial carriage or head down to all the factories to do simple odd jobs in places where machines don't work anymore. Things have so far turned out the way everyone expected them to. Except these simple jobs quickly get out of hand. Without a proper screening process that filters out those who aren't meant to be here, the Bumblebee now has quite a few members that are less than cooperative. Yo, I got humiliated good at the reservation area I was at yesterday. Because of Bumblebee. Damn straight. This guy was helping on the farm with us at the base. He was rolling on the ground whining about how tired he was after getting his pay. Ain't no surprise at all. A winner would never even think about buying a blessing box. You know what I'm talking about. You'd only buy a blessing box if you're too young, which case you're born having no school to go to. You'd have been able to pick up a skill. Or you're too old, in which case you spent too much of your life either doing some creative job, performances, or game designing, except these are all things that could have only kept you alive back in the peaceful times. I have full respect for all sorts of occupations. I came across a bunch of these people working different lines of work before going to the reservation area. I'm talking about those that haven't found themselves a job and are still refusing to be scavengers. Dude, it's a miracle that these people haven't caused any big scene at all doing physical work. So it's normal that some of them crack doing it. You just say it's normal? Well, logically speaking, yes. I'm talking about whether they're good fits for the job. He's no different than throwing dirt in ACA's reputation. And guess what? The cargo crew is getting dragged through the mud because of all these. People from reservation areas know we're from ACA now. They just assume we're all a bunch of jerks. Are bothering to check our affiliation. Gotta put up with that. We need to give them credit for even getting out there to work at all. They'll be faring a lot better than those good-for-nothings to stay behind the car, see people's bread from under the pillow. They're a hopelessly useless bunch, and those bases got a real nerve hiring those bumblebees. The dirty work has to be done, but there ain't dirty work around to be done every single day. Keeping those idle bumblebees around all the time is only more trouble. It makes sense to carry them around and put those hands where they're needed as the train goes. But the upper level is supposed to be responsible for those bumblebees. We're losing spaces to live in down there with all these new people coming. Never seen any supplies we've earned making blessing boxes. They got some real nerve asking us to make more. Yeah. I see. So it's like they're meant to be a reserve squad, but they hardly use them at all for anything that's actually supposed to be useful to count on as reserves. And because of that, all they're doing is just like waiting until they get another job. Which makes them go hungry, probably because they don't get paid as much, sure, but at the same time, it's like this space could be used for people who are actually providing, who are actually making a difference, who are helping the community. Hearing this, the boy puts down the box he was folding.
carry on. We're going to get our wage cut if we don't finish these today. But, Hill, this box.
Stop complaining. I'm upset there won't be as many tickets to go around after this batch of blessing boxes all sold. You'll be seeing fewer newcomers and better living conditions then. Yeah, like we're Toad's gonna buy into that. You think I enjoy dealing with all these? Stop fucking treating us like those bumblebee nannies. The aristocrats always make sure I feel their rage when the logistics crew from the lower level has their plate full and things go south. Freaking fed up. Maybe you want to tell them aristocrats to stop being so greedy then. What you all looking at? No work, no pay. That's right.
This workload is insane, though.
Dude, what do you have to complain about making boxes? Consider yourself lucky that you're here earning easy money. Or perhaps you want to try living as a mercenary and enjoy staring death in the eye every single day.
I mean, not entirely wrong. I mean, sure, it's contributing to the problem, sure, but again, you have to live. At least you have the choice. Stop looking at them. Let's just finish this. Alright.
Arguments, hard feelings from work, and pent-up stress. Resentment is quietly brewing among the people, and the boy that can feel just that. The resentment has grown so much by the time the boys turned 11. He's paying not even a dining car on the lower level that used to be a safe haven for slackers. Damn.
So, even when they said potentially, or like, maybe, just maybe, the aristocrats will stop, nah, it still kept going. 2 years, even though they've seen that it's not working? So what are they trying to expect here?
To pacify their own worried souls, the adults give away half of what little food they have in exchange for homemade alcohol and cigarettes. The kids, on the other hand, had no choice but to eat with the car reeking of oil of alcohol smoke.
Please sue again? I hate it. What are you holding in your hand? Same thing, but my mom gave me candy. I want one too.
Frigid teases sniffling a few times. The girl looks at the boy and then another man beside her.
Mike?
Ain't nothing you can do about it, young lady. This mother's rich with all the dirty moolah she makes. That candy's just the tip of the iceberg. Easy with that, buddy. Julie ain't doing anything shady. Ain't doing anything shady, huh? Do you even know how much money she gives those guards at the table? Anyone guess how her son lands himself a place with a bunch that makes the blessing boxes? Goes there all the time.
What do you mean all the time? I've only been there 3 times over the past few years. And this candy is supposed to be my birthday gift.
Just take it. Pretty damn sure he's got a whole bunch of this sitting at home. Really? Are you sure you want your niece to think it's okay to take things from people without thanking them?
They're around them growing tense. The older man sitting next to him eating starts looking on it with a frown.
Where is Julie, by the way? So naive with you? Boy, she got some real nerve leaving you out here on your own.
Have you all heard about the death stream of...
Hearing the buzz from the table next over, the older man drops the topic to gaze away.
No, what happened?
This girl from Carriage L had a cardiac arrest and died from low blood sugar.
Low blood sugar? But that just means she died from hunger, no?
And these other two were killed by fallen walls when they were destroyed. They were at a destroyed park, helping with reconstruction.
Did they pay compensation?
They did. But one of them had no family, so the guards took all the money. The other had his money taken away too, because he only had a kid. The guard that took the money away promised he paid the child. God only knows how much every month. Freaking scumbags. They know they can do whatever the hell they please because there won't be any legal consequences. Can't help but think that they're the perps behind some of these. I mean, they probably want as many people dead as possible so they can get all the money, right? I see. They maybe implicate that the only reason they died is because that they were doing jobs that they weren't good at. Even the dangers that could happen by mistakes that they weren't prepared for. If that scares you, you should just be like them and bring those guards a little something. They won't send you to one of those dangerous hellholes. You're in their good books. Sam glanced at what the cargo crew's eating next table over. The bumblebee faces grow menacing. For fuck's sake, why do their food look so nice? You should
have seen what they had when I first got on the train then. It was much better than this. And they told us we'd be getting their kind of food and accommodation when we get on the train. Bunch of lousy liars. I swear I'm gonna strangle every last one of them someday. Excuse me, we aren't even the ones selling those blessing boxes. If anything to complain about, just take it to the higher ups. Like hell I'm gonna believe you didn't reap profit from it. Guys, please. She looks after most of those living on the lower level. Be it the cargo crew or the Bumblebee, no one talks back to her when she talks. She's their hero, leader, and stable source of resources. She might not always have what you need when you ask her, but come back there in a few days to drop what you need. Yeah, serious question, would I be the angriest person you know? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd say angry. I'd say most outspoken, because it's like, I see that you're typing it with serious, like you're using the right quotations and like the right marks, but it's not like you're actually using the voice necessarily. And it's like, I can't just say it's like you're the angriest when it's like you're not doing it for any legitimate reason. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I've actually seen angrier people before, at least from direct confrontation. At least that's what I would say, personally. How exactly does she manage to get her hands on things when there isn't even enough to go around? This question's been on the boy's mind for the longest time. He tried to find out how she does it by bringing up the question to her, to which she only said, I gotta accept pay here. You can't just let things be this way forever, Cap. I know. But like I said before, the high-ups are going to work with someone else if we refuse to do the blessing boxes. And that won't help with my situation at all. Yeah, what I do know is that... Damn. We tried strikes and protests, but at the end of the day, the aristocrats own this train. We won't get a say so long as they're still alive. What are we supposed to do then? Trust me, guys. Put an end to it all in no time. Everyone here has had their fair share of misfortune. Some have showed the weird little resources they had to buy blessing boxes. Some sold the blessing boxes in exchange for shelter. Others made blessing boxes secure supplies without having to put themselves in harm's way. Blessing boxes are like giant magnets. As soon as people come in contact with them, suck people into an abyss from which there's no escape. Beyond the train lies nothing but barren land. Those who dare to venture out will find themselves embarking on a journey on endless roaming, looting, and scavenging. Will they be able to hold accountable? What are they supposed to do? They prefer not to believe. That's the question. One to which no one knows the answer. Only the status quo to prevail until someone or a group of people expose their bottled up rage.
Sorry about that. There was stuff going on in the background. Compensation, 2 meals and a food voucher for 12 consecutive hours of work. Speaker at best. But given the safe nature of the job, people would still kill for it. Once picked, you'll be heading down to the industrial carriage with 50 or so people under the dickhead's supervision, where you'll find piles and piles of materials and parts waiting for you. To speed things up, the workers are each fed a single cup of instant energy soup twice a day, for the 2 meals they promised. If they need to take care of the business, there's a squat toilet and a rainwater purifier in the corner, literally just 2 steps away. The air reeks of excrement with nothing covering the squat toilet. The rainwater purifier, on the other hand, gets hiccups all the time. But at the boy, I've seen people die for consuming water for overly high-level punishing virus. Nonetheless, people still work non-stop for 12 hours in this car making a sweat of excrement, all for that single food voucher at the end of the grind. More often than not, however, they get IOUs from the logistics crew when you try to get food with the vouchers. You slack even for a split second while the dickhead just starts swinging his baton and machine gun at you. Get this! You'll be going home empty-handed if you fail to turn in before the cargo crew leaves. The workers direct their anger and hate to whoever becomes a liability to the common good due to exhaustion. The elders and kids were encouraged to partake in these blessing boxes as a way for them to obtain resources, so the aristocrats twisted all around against the workers. This whole policy is meant to be friendly to all. You need to leave the door open for those in the need, right? This we're all heroes or we're all zeros rule is totally against what you just said now. It's what the higher up said. Don't hate me. Ain't nothing I can do about it because I'm just doing what I'm told. Appreciate your understanding. Double level so high in guards though. The whole situation is grinding you the wrong way. Consider giving that a shot to make a change. You just ain't good enough, then you should probably work harder rather than hate on people better than you. Think it's possible you put in the hard work. Believe in yourself. Think of ways to help yourself succeed, because excuses ain't gonna help you get nowhere. C'est la vie, people. But life can always go your way. Win some, you lose some. Where there's pain, there's gain. Roaches and food might just be your most valuable life coaches. Guards that resort to showering the workers with pep talks when the workers feel anything less than satisfied. Some have given their all to get on the train, and in the face of the absurdity, they now pin their hate down to cargo crew members who lauded the blessing boxes to the skies. We go from 0 to hero in a single shot. ACA wants you. Hell, why would I want to work my butt off for the screening when I can just put luck out and get a ticket? The workers get hated on when the cargo crew members have what little chance they had taken away from them. You think I had a choice? You told me either do it or get lost. Where can I go exactly when I have a little brother to take care of? Volcano threatening to explode at any moment is what you end up with when you put a whole bunch of exasperated people together. You really need to look past their anger and try to understand them. Not everyone can control themselves emotionally. People directed their hate at many different things. Things haven't changed for the better because these people are under the constraint of all sorts of factors. You're free to go any way you want, folks. Ain't nobody asking you to stay here.
Yeah, want to hear some?
Yeah, sure. Where can they go when this is their only home? Chaotic and broken as it is, the world has turned too many into souls without a home. I hate their guts. I lost count of how many times I went, alright, Roger that, and just wanted to rage quit. See, it always hits me when I start packing them. There's nothing I can do other than be a cargo crew member. You got no copolymer adaptability. You get turned into a construct. Where the hell can I even go?
Yeah.
Interesting. Go on, I'm curious. Angry, panicky, and anxious as they may be, these people can't do anything about the plight they're caught up in. They want to know what changes they can bring, and they want to know what weapons they can hold to fight for their cause. Except all their attempts, big or small, have all come to no avail. Gonna keep their heads above water as they are, these people hate the upper level and just about everyone else. Above all, they hate themselves for not being able to do anything to help themselves. The boy's no exception. Yet Rachel nipped his hate in the bud right before it had a chance to take root. Don't hate them.
ACA's hierarchy and all the rules and the punishing virus of what's wrong. These people aren't to blame. Times like this call for unity. We just need to shatter these.
Alright, folks. We're at the end of the tunnel. Let's give Rachel some more time. Let's put all the blessing boxes away into the bigger box.
Yeah, I told you. Where?
Wow, really?
Oh no, yeah, actually, now that I think about it,
That is true, isn't it?
people fall silent as they make their way out of a small cage. Take turns wiping their face with sticky towels and look for clothes they left strewn around the place. I got your t-shirt fixed. Thank you, Hal. Boy picks up his t-shirt from the lady's hand, just missing the middle finger and the ring finger. And hopes they sit back down to see. No, I should thank you instead. We all would have been in trouble if you hadn't helped us make all the boxes before. Look at her hands, Hill lets out a sigh. That's what happened to her when she escaped from the corrupted. It's because of this mishap that she grew sensitive to blood and conflict. I'm old and my days are numbered, but I can totally teach you how it's done if you are. Right when Hill was about to say more, a melody comes out of Karn's loudspeakers. Fuck's sake, there we go again. I think they really are enjoying rubbing in our faces. Accompanied by the sound of a piano that's playing a piece based on a famous Golden Age classic that now has lyrics, a woman's voice floods people's complaints. Is this Ashlar? How in the world are we supposed to know? Those eyes of the aristocrats all sound the same. The lower level gets reported with music coming out of loudspeakers like this every now and then. As the aristocrats from the upper level enjoying a party, according to Asad, or Assad, and believing that music brings hope and happiness to people, decided to share their performance live with the lower level. The boy can hardly imagine anyone feeling happy when they hear music like this because it never fails to irritate the people on the lower level when they hear it. The upper and lower levels might be connected. Everyone on the train might be listening to the same song at this very moment. They know just all too well that they'll never be the same. But crying out loud, it's burial again. What exactly are they trying to do? Let's just pretend that one of the aristocrats died. Let's hope that's indeed the case. What took you so long? It took me some time to fill the higher-ups in on the mission's progress. But on the island listener hand, Richard turns around to face the angry crowd. Folks, sing along, because we're about to sing of the aristocrats away on a trip they'll never come back from. Richard sings along with the woman on the other side of the loudspeakers of profanity barely in sync with the music. Singing starts to fire in people's hearts, trying to cover joyful vibes as they carry on with work and sing along to the hyped-up symphony. What are you doing? A guard suddenly shows up at the head of the car and swings a punch that lands square in the boy's face. Ow! Snapping back, the young man realizes he's still sitting at a medical table in mid-zone. On his back, the little boy just asked him to change wound dressing for him and pulls a handful of gray hair. My mom told me you need to pull off your gray hair before they grow out of control. Thanks. I'll be more than happy to. Wait, no. The other hair might look gray, but I can tell you that they just forgot what color they used to be. They're not actually gray. Please spare them. Huh? Anyone could tell this is a joke, but he sounds so serious that the boy decides to let go. Just let them be. Thank you. Sure. Yeah, no problem. So the younger boy sitting back down, the young man lets out a sigh of relief as he rubs his head, still hurting from getting his hair pulled. I asked him to come over here to wake you up because you were so out of it during the checkup. Are you okay? I'm okay. Turns around, the group of refugees that was just talking about blessing boxes. Were they part of ACA? They were, until I asked them to join a highly dangerous rescue mission and got wiped out entirely. You can see survivors from the train at all the reservation areas, bases, and med zones. By the way, you finished looking into my mind? Yes. In a nutshell, someone's tampered with your mind. Someone? Yes, and that's what caused your mind to deviate before. It's a miracle that your memory data is totally intact after the tampering. As the young man lifts the dish in that face, the very face he cannot recall pops up in his mind. Could it be him? And I did some simple treatment on you. It wasn't anything amazing, but should help you with getting your memory back nonetheless. Thank you. I think I recalled a few things just now. Boy, that worked wonders. Seems like your mind is stable. I'd say you could use some more treatment, though. And I would have done some more on you if the machines didn't have the hiccups in the morning. Weren't you about to go out to look for someone? Right. Be on my way now. Please don't leave. Imploring look in the eye, prepared a girl he's never seen before grabs the corner of his cloak. Never step forward, he might just knock the girl over. Please don't leave. Huh? Please don't leave me alone. But you've got all these people around you here. Not really understanding what's going through the girl's mind and unsure how else to react, the young man looks around and sees people sitting everywhere. No, that won't do. Because they're gonna... In the young man's eyes, the girl has droplets of tears falling from her eyes. As the girl sobs into a full-blown cry, she lets go of the man. That's where he sees all the scars on her arms. She bags her head into her arms, her body trembling uncontrollably. Just can't pretend he hasn't seen this. What makes her so afraid of these people? Is it because of something that happened to her? Is it because she just lost her friends and doesn't want to stay around people she doesn't know? But how am I any different from any of these people? But what am I gonna say to Talbot, even if I catch up to him now? He's going through the exact same thing. I see. I'll stay then. Really? Thank you. What's your name? Lithos. My name is Lithos. Some no more, Lithos says his name quietly. What about you? I don't remember my name. I see. Found of a word, Lithos looks down and washes misery while seeing the young man fade away into the crowd. The hustle and bustle of Medical Center 9 just never dies. Cossack trying to maintain his broken leg is sitting right next to a human glued to his terminal. A severely injured person lies unconscious in the maintenance chamber with two Cossacks sitting next to it playing poker. Beyond the hall, a group of people is having a conversation about their experiences. The base there is gone. The Cossacks guarded the place for 3 days and nights. They had all the medical equipment and people brought out of the place. But the experiment farm and the greenhouses are gone. Where's Boss Lady? Gun affected and died. She was fine to header creatures alongside the constructs. He ran out time to change into a new protective suit when her old one was damaged. But her boyfriend is 2 years younger than her. After everyone was brought out of the place. Boy, didn't have to do that though. Pretty sure he would have been just fine on his own. No way he would have. So how you think he would have? He wouldn't, no matter where he ended up. Boss man's death was just his last straw. It's exactly what happened with the headquarters we stayed at. We were just going there to recycle their resources and vegetable seeds for hydroponics. The 2 of us were dead. 1 lost an arm on our way. I didn't really feel a thing seeing all the reports of the fatalities before. I saw these dead people with my own eyes. Man, the blood and the vital fluid have really got to my nose. What exactly can we even do now? They were all hyped up about constructs and saying how well they fight, but there ain't nothing they can do now. These monsters just keep coming, there's no end to killing now. I guess it just has to be like what they always said. We can only put an end to it when we get someone that can control these monsters. Word. I would totally try kicking those monsters' asses if I were adaptable. Pretty sure that would be a lot more helpful than staying here. We're fixing all these buildings that are gonna get knocked down again in no time. Saving people that are gonna die soon. Killing all these monsters that are just keep popping up. What exactly is the point anyways? We're no robots. So how exactly can anyone in their right mind keep doing this without breaking down? I got curious and spoke with a construct on guard duty when I saw him crying behind some trees the other day. He told me he just killed one of his teammates. Why though? Because he defected and came back corrupted. There's nothing we can do about any of these. If anything, an ordinary person is exactly the type that would fall on the wrong side of justice. They got nothing that would help them land on the right side of it. Nah, I still don't think we should count our descendants. You never want to put all your eggs in the same basket just in case. It reminds me of this woman called Rachel. She was a cargo crew's leader, and people would go to her when they're sick or needed anything. Got to a point where she simply couldn't take care of all of them though. Still, guess she was gonna lead us all in a revolution in no time. Except, it just never happened. Because, you see, she isn't around anymore. You mean she's dead? Yes. She didn't die because the revolution failed. She died getting double-crossed. That fucking little bastard did it. His old man was one of the aristocrats, and his mom, Julie, did some tricks with the numbers in the financial reports and pocketed all the resources. Rachel took in that little bastard despite all that. Guess that's why they say no good deed goes unpolished or unpunished, huh? Oh, they're saying the boy did it? No, he didn't betray them. So what happened? God only knows how much stuff that little bastard's pocketed over the years, but I'm pretty damn sure he's learned all his tricks from his mom. He's even got the nerve to put it all down on Rachel. I don't even know what his name is. I wouldn't bother. He died when they threw him off the train. Oh, he was thrown off the train before. I guess that's why he ended up just traveling around place to place after that. Because I was gonna say, if he was just still there forever and ever, then how come he wasn't there when we were in Actalic? First time. I remember hearing Rachel calling him by his name. I think it was no one. No one. No one. I hope you get to grow up and survive the apocalypse. I hope you get to become who you want to be. Nolan, be good. Owen, stop looking at that. Let's just finish it. This is the kid that fired a shot just now? Boy, he's got guts. Just like what Ashlar said, the kid would do anything just to save his own little ass. We're done here. Let's take him and leave. No one! What in God's name have you done? He's a traitor. He's the one that should have gotten run over by the train. What? Just what the hell happened? The world as he sees it is coming apart. It seems like you really hated your name. At the same time, the sounds of voices are growing unbearably chaotic. People only throw their names away when they want to forget their past. Are you one of those people? Someone seems to be shouting. Seville. I see. I see how it is now. Where is he from? This is out of the blue. I forgot my name. Because... I'm sorry, but... I hate... If it doesn't stop... No one. Put him to sleep. I trust you. What in the fuck happened? Holy shit. What happened to Shrek, dude? Seriously. This is so confusing, but I'm so invested. Because it's like, I don't really believe he would really betray Rachel like that, in my opinion. And the revolution never came. I mean, I'm honestly not surprised because it does seem like there is some injustice going on in Actalic still, even with the stuff. Even when we were introduced to the train. As long as it is the same train that I'm thinking about. But anyway, that's gonna be in the stream for tonight, guys. At least I did start on this, but I guess all of next stream is just gonna be me finishing this. Damn, this is long. I mean, I do like the exposition though. It definitely is getting me more
interested in the story. Because, again, I want to know what exactly happened. I want to know what got him off the train. I want to know how he ended up meeting Watanabe and those people that he was with. Because he had said he was with a group of people before he had gone to the base where we were, when he brought the woman who was having a kid. So maybe we'll be seeing that part specifically as well, like what led him to meeting the Grey Ravens. But this is really getting interesting. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream for tonight, everybody. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Actually, now that I think about it, we also finished the other floating memory, didn't we? Yeah, the one with the Church of Machina. And that was also a really interesting one, too, because it shows not only her stance, but finally shows us this other force that I haven't really gotten to know about yet. And it's a very interesting take because, yeah, it's like, I can understand why they would have hostility towards humans, but again, it's not like they've gone so far out of the way to actually eliminate them directly. They're just trying to leave. Again, I don't know if that would have been the same down the road or if that's really their true feelings, but at least for now, they hadn't really gone to that extent yet. So it's like, maybe they at least picked up something from Nanami. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream for tonight. Let me give a huge shout out to Ryu for showing up to the stream. Great chatting with you. And like I said, guys, I'm going to be going through hell tomorrow. Going back to Trails to Daybreak, but we're starting Trails to Daybreak 2. Oh boy, I'm not ready for that, but we know I'm going to have to, right? And what kind of bullshit I'm going to have to get through this time. And again, Final Fantasy VII will be on Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate will be on Sunday as per usual. Fortunately, I didn't give myself enough time to do it, but again, it was like, I just wanted to focus more on the PGR, because again, these aren't going to be Saturday streams anymore. They're just going to be whenever I'm free, so it's like, I want to try to catch up as much as I can to the current point in the story, so that it's like, I'm not too far behind, I can just go at my own pace after. But if you guys do enjoy the streams by now already found the channel, please make sure that you follow. Much appreciated. Check out my YouTube channel, plus all the VODs, and subscribe there as well. Join Discord, you guys not already. Links are all on the channel. But this has been Xantos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next time. We're out.
ルナ様が力をくれたけど強くなった気がしないんだ。昇格者なのに。ねえ、前の私って怖かった？いや、待って、今のは忘れて。もういい、言わなくていいから。